I have begun recording. It is session 33 of this here Fallen Meteor campaign. And Meteor certainly has fallen. That was like a million years ago, and he's kind of just here now. More importantly, it's date time. But it's not date night, it's date morning. No, start from the beginning. Yeah. Alright. So, Malakai has just been led into the Dryad's secret garden. Ooh. As you wander into this closed off facility, completely hemmed by giant trees spiraling and interweaving themselves into a solid wall, also providing great shade cover on the border, you are truly aghast. Or amazed. Isn't aghast like a negative thing? Like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. Yeah, all right, you're not aghast.
You see a dead body in your eyes.
Yeah. No. All right, you're not that. It is beautiful. There's a small pond with toads frolicking, lily pads, sugar cane, and in the front there's this grand pavilion of grass, of course, all natural. A wooden fountain with water spewing from it, as well as a half circle pond, which is grounding and supplying water to the roots of a beautiful tree half arch, which is creating like a semicircular dome, which meets the water at the top of the fountain. This is truly magnificent. And then there's like that's specifically what it is. And then there's a child's playground in the corner. It's like it's a bunch of sand and like wood chips. A pretty rundown like wooden fort. It's also like a castle for ants because of sprites. This is a pretty dang big castle if you're a sprite, but it's like none of the doors are built for like humans. They're like 3 inches tall. You know how it is. So, as the Triad leads you in, she says, "Welcome to my secret garden, Malakai. I'm so excited. Are you as well?" You don't sound very enthused.
Just a dry noise of acknowledgement.
Yes, I can't wait. What shall we do today?
Well, I have a few things planned, but first, I would like you to meet someone very special. And then she walks forward towards the fountain. And Jacob, this is your cue scene.
Oh, okay. You see a satyr. He's sitting on like, I don't know, I guess the edge of the fountain.
Yep.
He's got this like really ornate looking book, and he just looks tired. Like he just looks kind of annoyed. And his eyes are like, they're normal except the pupil is like a teal kind of aqua color. Instead of, black. So.
Well, are you going to introduce yourself?
Hello. I am Leo Lightning Light. Sorry.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you and to make your acquaintance.
This is my good friend. She emphasizes the friend. Well, I also missed the T. There you go. Yes. So, I think you two could be great friends.
Yes. I am Malakai. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. What is that you're reading?
It's just my book of spells.
Oh.
Yes. You're a man of magical ability, aren't you, Malakai?
I dabble somewhat.
Oh, I can sense it. You probably have so much in common.
Yeah. Yeah, would you mind if I looked at your book with you?
Can you read Sylvan?
No, I only read Elvish, unfortunately.
Oh dear, we'll have to catch you up to speed on that. It's quite an
Oh, no.
important language.
I've always wanted to learn.
It is the language of life itself, of nature, of trees, of plants, of grass, the smallest, seemingly most unimportant of beings. They all speak it. Well, not really, but they all understand it, even blades of grass.
That sounds magical.
It is. It's a great time. So, would you care for some tea?
Absolutely, I would.
Well, then let us go. She then guides you across, down through a garden of rose bushes, flanked by, or that are flanking two rivers that are essentially providing them automated irrigation. The Triad walks ahead and says, "But of course, to get to the tea party, you have to make it through the maze." Alright, you have to get through the maze now. This is the maze
What do I do?
minigame. You play the maze minigame.
Absolutely, not a problem. But before that,
Uh-huh.
gosh. Well, I guess I'm just giggling like an idiot right now.
Yeah. So,
I'm going to find you.
uh-huh.
I'm dying on the inside right now.
I'm sure you are.
Okay, I'm going to go down to the... I go down to the left.
Alright, which left? The most left?
Yeah, this one, the first one.
This one, alright. You travel down the first lift, and you make your way through the path. And eventually, you curve back and you have a choice. You can go further down or back up. Peering down, you're not exactly sure where it leads. It looks like it turns to the right.
I'll go to the right and down.
It goes down and to the right. Dead end.
Oh,
In which
I'm
case, doubling back. Two choices.
to the right. Down.
It appears this is where you came from. Ah! Dead end.
Oh no! I'll go all the way to the left.
All the
again.
way to the left.
You did make this completable, right?
What? That? Why would I do that? Dead.
Oh man!
You may have to get sneaky with it, Malakai.
Yes, absolutely.
I should do a perception check.
Okay.
Oh, I need to roll some stuff.
That was a 7.
You are confused. And you're not completely
Oh, shit.
charmed. So while you're doing this, let me pull up the description of like how this affects your psychology again. That way you can know as well as me. Blah 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 blah. Give me this. Where is it? Blah 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 blah. Magically charmed, trusted friend, heated and protected. You just take the requests in the most favorable way you can. That doesn't mean you don't get irritated by stupid bullcrap. So, you can be like, for example, you can be really irritated but not want to hurt her feelings and be like, ah, yeah.
No, I understand it.
Yes.
Rather take it
But,
up to the top.
Yeah, you're very confused. You have not seen anything. Everything's a dead end. You're like 100% sure.
Can I go all the way to the right?
You may. Now that one is an immediate dead end, straight down.
Mm-hmm. And can I use Ray of Frost on the bushes?
You may.
I will.
You use Ray of Frost and freeze the bush, and it withers away. And the Dryad says, "No, not sneaky like that. That's cheating." And then she puts it back. She regrets it.
Okay, can I do an acrobatics check and like climb?
You may.
Okay.
Your satyr reminds me of James Hetfield. I'm sorry.
I see.
Hey,
I rescind that question mark.
that did not go well either.
Oh, well, real quick, this is what a lightning man looks like. Lightning light.
Lightning man. I randomly generated that last name. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Lightning light.
And then I
Just so
immediately
we
flubbed
know.
it.
Yep,
Lantern light.
lantern light. Is it lantern light or lightning light?
It's lightning light.
Okay. This is weird. Alright, so what was your acrobatics?
An 8.
Alright. You start to climb the bushes and it's not too difficult. They're only like 10 feet tall, so you can get a little jump and start to climb. But as you do, they sort of solidify into as much as a flat surface as they can, so you don't have grip points, and they kind of push you back. So it looks like that is also cheating.
Well, fine. I'm just going to use. Wait, hold on. Can I even use it? Gosh. I don't want to have to do this before I get the chance to take a rest.
It's gonna burn through spell slots instead of using another perception check.
Huh?
What? No, nothing.
None of those use spell slots so far, so I don't
Alright, good.
I'll try another perception check.
Please do. Well, that's why my finger hurts.
Ah,
It
it's a
is
9.
bruised.
Probably bad rolls out tonight because
Yeah. So what this means is, it's been like 5 minutes, and you're looking around. You're just retracing your steps, going back and forth, and the dryad every now and again goes, "You need to look harder, Malakai." And every time you're like, you have no idea what the heck is you're supposed to be looking for.
I'm going to say, no, this is so much fun. How about you give me a hint? And I'm going to roll for persuasion.
Of course.
Not 20.
If you insist. The maze is not what it seems. There are secret passages. You must follow the flicker of light within the bush. They will guide you.
Ah. Well, thank you, friend. So now that I know what I'm looking for,
Mm-hmm. You were ignoring them before, but there are lightning bugs in here. It is morning, so it is difficult to see every now and again, but sometimes they flash. In some directions, they don't, and when you're traveling in the right direction, it looks like they're flashing you towards something, and eventually, they lead you towards a corner where there's actually a small break in the brush.
I got a 15 on perception now.
Okay, cool. So you see where they're leading you is the actual opening to a tunnel. And within these thick walls is actually a complete sub-network of a maze. So now you can travel within the maze. Which way would you like to go now that you are in the maze?
I'm going to cast message,
Okay.
and I'm going to say, as much as I'm enjoying this game, I fear our tea will get cold.
Oh, fear not, you're almost there.
And then she comes to greet you. Shall you follow her?
Yes.
Alright. You now follow her through a little S-bend. It's an incredibly romantic tunnel, lit exclusively by lightning bugs. Truly a magnificent design, as these hedges are actually arches of the sub-tunnel network.
Well, as we
Mhm.
walk, I'm
Mhm.
going to just like casually touch little bits of branches and cast light on them.
Of course.
Just for the vibe.
Uh-huh. Incredible. Alright, she eventually leads you out and says, "Here we are, the tea party station." Oh yeah, also, FYI, Jacob, you can do whatever you want. So,
I'll probably
if you wanna
be there
follow
when they
along.
get there.
Great. You are here. There is a small stream flowing from behind a network of trees and out across the garden. There's a small section of tulips and notably there are 2 chairs and a table. And the dryad beckons for you to sit.
Yes, I'll take a seat as well.
Tell me, what type of tea would you like?
Actually, do you have rose? It was my mother's favorite.
Yes, we can arrange it. Leo, would you be able to, darling?
Okay.
Alright.
Also, I know you speak very highly of Sylvan. Would there be somewhere I could learn from you?
Well, it is somewhat similar to Elvish, but very different from Elvish. If you know Elvish, I think you can learn Sylvan. There's just a few big things you have to pick up on. One is that the subject-verb form, and then she starts going on this, like, English major thesis as to the different structures of the language. So while some cognates may appear, they can actually give you more confidence than you should have. This is not what you were supposed to be on a loop. Go back. Okay. I'm gonna stop the music anyway. I'm kind of annoyed.
I'm taking notes as she talks.
Yep. So she gives you like an introduction to the different things. She's like,
So these cognates initially give Elvish-speaking people a false sense of confidence, but they are not very common. When they are, it is usually fairly obvious. But even if the cognates for the nouns are the same, the verbs can be very different because the structure is simply not the same as Elvish. It's very much like in the vein of love languages. Of course, as I'm sure you know, Elvish is a love language, but Sylvan isn't necessarily a love language. It is in its own form, but the verbs are structured in accordance to the object. Therefore, one has to consider the object when using the verbs because it is conditional.
Because it's conditional.
Of
so
course.
Where does the subjunctive come into play?
Well, the subjunctive is also conditional. That's what many people don't think about with Sylvan.
Ah, interesting.
Yes.
alright, Leo comes back with the tea. This is the noise of me drinking my tea, aka water. Alright.
Well, thank you, Leo, dear. So, tell me, Malakai. Tell me about yourself.
Yes, absolutely. I will tell you about myself. Is there anything in particular you want me to know? Would you like
Oh,
to-
I'm just curious.
All right. Well, I was born actually not too far from here, in Lusang, as you probably can tell.
Yes.
My
Oh, I'm a afterburner. Ignore that.
okay. My father
This
was
dryad keeps breaking the fourth wall.
That wasn't me. That was a triad. That was me. That was me launching I'm sorry afterburner because my fan's making noise.
my father was a duke, and my mother was, well, she was special. They met, and so I grew up in very exclusive circles as a child, until tragedy befell our family, and that's actually why I'm here. You see, my father was framed for the murder of the previous king, and the man who would take over separated me and my siblings. I was the only one who managed to escape.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yes, but never fear. I've recently found my brother again. It's been 10 years, but it's been so good to reconnect, and I was able to talk to my mother briefly, but she is still alive, and that gives me hope. I now only hope to find my sister.
Wow. I do hope you succeed in your mission. I could never understand the pain that you've gone through. Truly, it...
All of a sudden, a small toad-like creature, as in a mushroom, pops out. And he says, "Oh, friends are here!" Oh dear.
What? Wait, I can't hear. What?
It's a friend! Hello!
How big is the frog?
It's like a mushroom person. His name isn't Toad though. His name is Strode. It's different. He's a little mushroom guy. The driver goes, "Oh yes, hello Strode. We're actually in the middle of something. Is this a friend? Yeah, yes, Strode. This is a. Can I be friends? Does he want to play? Malakai would. Yeah, now's not a good time, Strode. Why not? I want to play. You want? He pukes up leaves. Do you want to play?
What? Can he make a Constitution check for me? I'm gonna cast a spell on him.
Yeah. That's a 3.
He's gonna get teleported 90 feet away.
Wait, hold up. So Strode just goes up to Malakai, and then all of a sudden you hear,
An unoccupied space of your choice you can see within range, which is 90 feet.
Leo, was that you?
Yes.
Thank you. Malakai, you must understand. It's been very lonely in the woods, and the sprites are not the friendliest creatures, so I may have dabbled in bringing some plants to life, but you'd be surprised that different plants tend to different personalities. Portobello mushrooms are the worst. So,
Yeah, quite.
I apologize.
Yes.
So, where were we?
Oh, I was telling you about the destruction of my family.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So I don't know if my sister is still alive.
What a transition.
I've attempted to contact her, but I've gotten no response. And everyone in Lucide truly believes, because of some witchcraft, that my father actually did the murder. So not only am I trying to retake the kingdom for the people, but to clear my father's name. And it's turning out to be far more difficult than anyone could have thought. We were literally attacked by a dragon yesterday.
Oh, that's awful. I too have seen hardship, but not so recent. I have sought asylum here in these woods. There was a day when I had many, many sisters. That day was many years ago, before men inhabited this land in such high numbers. They drove the forests back, cutting them down, which wasn't the worst. They did cut a lot down, and that was not great. But we eventually essentially told them, hey, stop doing that. And they did. But then they turned around and started killing us. So that was the problem. And, yes.
These woods
Yes.
where you reside,
Mm-hmm.
were I to be king, I could make this a sacred space, a sanctuary of sorts,
Mm.
where you'd be free to come and to go. I would punish those who came in without permission. I would make sure that my people contributed to the planting of more trees, and perhaps that could bring your sisters back.
Perhaps so. Although many of them are simply fallen, the others are in the Feywild, which we do have access to, but they have not come near our entrance points. They don't dare.
Perhaps, what if there was a way to convince some of them to come over and to help, if they knew that this would be a sacred place?
Well, yes. To be honest, Malakai, dryads can be queen bees. They're very territorial, you must understand. And I do miss my sisters, I do. But it has been nice to just own a forest. You know what I mean?
I do. I have siblings. So tell me, Leo, how came you to be in the service of my lady Dryad?
Well, I met her and I decided to follow her.
Ah.
Sounds so creepy.
Yes. I believe that was many years ago, was it not, Leo?
I couldn't tell them, my lady.
Neither could I. Time is such a funny thing.
Yes. I imagine it would be. Speaking of time, my friends must be worried about this.
Oh no, dear. I'm sure they're fine.
Would you?
Hard cut.
Is this about the point where Vesper gets clobbered?
Yeah, Vesper. It's just like gone. And yes, now we're all standing outside after standing in front of this impenetrable wall. So what are we doing, guys?
I'm a snake.
The snake plan didn't work. I'm pretty sure you also got stepped on.
I did, but this time if I disguise myself as a creature of the forest, they would
No.
never hurt a creature of the forest.
I think they would, though. They specifically would hurt a creature of the forest. Excuse me.
Why would they do that?
La criatura.
I'm out of ideas. Group,
I've tried one thing and I'm out of ideas.
I've tried 3 things. They've all failed. Actually, hold up. I got another one. I walk up to the
Okay.
train.
Okay.
Can I go in there?
No one is allowed in the Queen's
friend's
private
in there.
garden.
Alright, I turn around. I've tried 4 things. None of them worked.
Alright, guys, what if there's a loophole? You know how these things. Well, how smart is these things? Is these like the ones that you just tell them stuff, but if there's a loophole, you can get them to do something else?
I don't know.
Alright, I have a new plan.
Alright.
I walk up.
Mm-hmm.
This is an audit from the IRS. You must let me in and see your financial documents, or you will be arrested.
Roll for persuasion with disadvantage because the IRS doesn't exist yet.
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 Let's start the IRS.
You'll never believe what Xerxes is working on right now.
That's his
So evil!
That's his big evil plan.
His big
Just
evil
fix the
plan.
IRS.
Oh no, we've gotta stop him.
No, he's not going to stop at the IRS. He's going to stop at the ERS, the External Revenue Service.
I also really like the idea.
It's because IRS is like within a nation. Yeah, I'm funny. Alright, I need to actually be able to look at your rolls. I don't have a page
Wow.
up. What'd you roll?
A 10 and a 10, so 14.
Alright. And Tran goes, I don't know what an audit is.
Well, I explained that technically in the second half of the sentence, so.
I don't know what finance is.
Listen, Nick, it's a tree.
Are you good?
Listen, if your loved one has been injured, you may be entitled to
Financial compensation. Oh yeah.
Can I see if the Trent has mesothelioma?
You can roll a medicine check, yeah.
I'm pretty good at this. What does this medicine start with? Oh, it was so loud. 11.
You're fairly certain that you don't know what mesothelioma is, and if you did know what it was, the treant wouldn't have it.
What is
So
mesothelioma?
I need to see your incomes because as a member of the kingdoms, you are taxed, and if you don't disprove those, then the army will come and kill you. And I don't want that. I'm on your side here.
Army? We need to pay, or army come to my lady's woods?
Mm-hmm. And then there would be no My Lady's Woods. So think about how disastrous that would be.
Ooh, he's thinking. Please roll for
And when
persuasion.
she finds out that it was you,
Please roll for persuasion, please.
let me tell you. 20.
Ooh.
30.
Oh, my lady's woods no more. Tell, oh, I could get in trouble, but sounds like could be bad. Only thing is how I know you are telling truth.
As a member of the IRS, I am physically incapable of lying.
Oh, that is
Actually,
convincing.
there's a spell where if I lie, I melt.
Oh, that sounds bad.
That's why
Well,
I've never told a lie.
I don't want you to melt. Here.
I guess I walk in. Guys, I don't know what to do. I didn't think I could. What to do? What am I
The
gonna
doors close behind you. And by doors, I mean the trees.
What am I supposed
Alright. Congratulations, you are now a member of the private garden. Now, there's good news and there's bad news. Which one do you want first?
Good.
How far away is
All
he?
right.
Because if he's about 90 feet away, then there's a certain character.
That's the bad news. You emerge into the Queen's Woods and are immediately greeted by a 2-foot-tall portobello mushroom man.
Hello! Do you want to play?
Made a mistake.
Come play with me!
He grabs your hand. Are you allowing the portobello mushroom to grab your hand?
I'm in shock. So he's dragging me wherever he
Okay,
wants.
he dragged you. He says,
Let's play Knight and Dragon! I'm the knight!
and then he starts slapping you.
Die! Die!
But like my,
Die!
But your kneecap specifically.
I'm just in awe.
Okay.
You wanna...
Not what I expected this to go.
Clearly.
You wanna meet my friends?
Sure.
I'll go get my friends!
He goes over and plucks some non-sentient portobello mushrooms from the ground.
This is Grode, and this is Brode, and this is Trode. Eat them! Eat my friends!
Why would I? What?
Eat them!
Why would I do that?
Eat them! You're the dragon! The dragon eats! Eat!
What? But they're your friends. Why would I eat them?
Eat!
Are you eating the mushrooms?
I don't want to.
Yeah, but he's peer pressuring you.
He is peer pressuring me, and I am susceptible to it. I guess I'll eat one.
Alright. Make a constitution saving throw.
I'm really good at these. Ooh,
What'd you get?
a 7.
Great. Now make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I'm good at these.
Oh, they're magic mushrooms.
18.
Alright. Now the bad news is you immediately throw up and take 4 poison damage. The good news is, because that was not a portobello mushroom. The good news is that, or maybe this is bad news, that you are not high.
Does seem
That's
to be
bad news.
pretty beneficial news.
Take it as you will. Okay.
Hey, what's your name?
Strode!
Strode, do you want to play hide and go seek?
Yes, I I
I'll
love
be
that.
the seeker and you be the hider.
Okay,
Alright.
you count too.
1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5,
We're so fast.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I look around. He's not
Oh,
near
it's
me,
so
right?
loud.
He's gone.
I would like to make a stealth check.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Get me out of here. Fuck. Little weapon.
All
I'm
right.
just tripping off his gourd.
Now, in terms of what you actually see, you're exiting the playground. There's a fountain, a lake with frogs, a rose garden, the archway, then the fountain that I already described. You know about that. And then there's another path up to the north, which you're pretty sure is where you heard Strode run off to.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I cannot stress this enough. I try everything in my power to not go the way he went, so I'm going south.
okay, great. There's only one path that goes south, and it's through a rosebush garden.
Is that netherrack?
No, it's rose bushes. It does kind of look like that, though. I could just straight up make that my Minecraft netherrack texture. This is the generic bush texture, and then I have overlays that I can use. So that's what I use for all the flowers. This is a secret, though. You don't know about this. All right, Grouger. What's your
So
passive
here's the
perception is
things.
16, right?
Yeah.
You immediately notice lightning bugs
There's
sparkling.
lightning bugs.
There's lightning bugs that are directing you to a certain path that's actually very close to where you are. And you immediately, using your perceptive perception, find a tunnel and an inner network of tunnels within this garden.
Dig a tunnel, dig another tunnel. Dig a tunnel, dig a tunnel.
Where would you like to go? There's footprints
Wet.
on the ground.
Down,
They're fresh.
up, 1,
You're going up?
down,
The
Okay.
fitness gram
Up,
pacer
great.
test.
2.
Are you just gonna follow the fresh footprints?
No,
Okay.
I go left.
Okay. Like, okay.
Yeah. Now I go down.
Mm-hmm.
Now I go right.
Mm-hmm.
Now I go up.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just follow the fresh footprints?
All right.
I go back in the hole. And I listen like a little listener.
Now your stealth was 11. So, Leo, what's your passive perception?
13.
Mm.
You don't notice me though.
You hear some rumblings in the bushes.
And you think it's Strode.
I'm gonna need you to make an active perception check now that you're looking back there.
I try my best impression of Strode.
That's 4.
You do not see a man.
Oh, he's not even in the campaign. Look at that. Isn't that funny?
I
Yeah.
was gonna have to bust out a freaking Strode impression, and that was gonna be horrifying.
That was gonna be horrifying. All right. So the giant says, you immediately hear the conversation when Malakai says,
Oh no, I'm sure they're fine. We needn't worry about them. We have plenty of time to enjoy the day.
Well, if you would just give me a few moments, I could just let them know that I'm alright and they should just wait. That'd be alright, or
Oh, with your magic powers.
yes?
What spell is it?
I believe it's called sending.
Ooh, very special. Can you cast Sending, Leo?
Yes.
Interesting.
you can actually cast sending?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, then she's not actually that
Are
impressed.
they
But no,
drinking
okay.
tea?
Said
Just
she's
forgot.
that
Is there actually tea at this tea party?
Yes. All right. So, are you going off into a corner to try a ritual spell for 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Imagine one of your guests just leaves in the middle of your tea party and just goes in a corner and goes like, oh,
All right.
No, well, wait, no. Rather, I could show you how I do it if you'd like to see.
Yes, I'd love to.
All right. Come with me.
All right. Where are you going?
Just taking like over right where you had me before.
Okay, in the little nook and cranny.
Yeah.
All right.
Explaining to her that I cast the spell a little differently, and so it's more of a. Think of it as a meditation exercise.
Mm.
So, in the air, I kind of like trace magical symbols, and then I focus on the person that I want to contact, and then I'm able to connect with them. Briefly, though, very briefly.
Oh. Leo, can you cast meditation spells?
They're called ritual spells. And yes,
Oh, fascinating. How come you never use those?
what?
You never use those.
Well, I use divination almost every day.
Oh, strange. You've never shown me that.
You've never asked, Your Grace.
Oh. Strange. Anyway, continue, Malachi.
We go through the process for about 10 minutes.
Okay, about 5 minutes in, she goes, "Well, this takes a while."
I take her hand and I continue tracing the symbol.
Okay, she shuts up. All right. Who are you actually contacting?
Well, I guess. Oh, not Cassio.
It would be
What?
really funny.
Little Cassio? No way.
No, let me just I'll tell my yeah, I will tell Floppletop because I thought he was right behind me at first.
What?
Okay.
So, you need my 25 words?
Yeah, that's how it works.
Okay. I am with the Queen. Not in danger. Just hang out for a while. I'll be back soon. That's all I'm going to send.
All right.
And on your end, it sounds like I'm with the queen. Stop.
Telegrams, All right, Floppletop. Would you like to respond?
You have
No.
25 words if you want to.
It's kind of like the
Okay.
line is open as. Okay,
Got
good.
it. Got it.
Okay, stop.
It's kind of like the line is open as long as you're thinking about it, and then you just have to verbalize it in your head to like send it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the
Which one are
worst
the
version of SMS. Oh yeah, hold on. Where even are you? Not there. Not there. There he is.
Okay, Malakai's clearly in trouble. He just sent me a message. We need to rescue him soon.
What'd he say?
Okay,
He said
stop.
he's safe, but I think he's being manipulated. This is
Hmm.
baseless, and Boppletop doesn't know what to talk about.
No, that makes sense. These Fae is tricky tricksters. I'd buy that
Pretty sure
real
that
quick.
sprite was lying to us about him being okay.
Yeah, I didn't trust that guy. Then again, I don't trust anyone that's less than 1 foot tall.
That's a good life idea.
All right. So what's the plan? Are we also members of the IRS or whatever that guy said?
I don't know if we can
I
do
think-
that. I don't know
Whatever
if we can
that
do- we can't do
guy-
that.
Doesn't even remember
He
me.
doesn't
Oh,
remember. What's his name? Roger? Robert?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
Robert.
we should get backup.
Yeah.
Hey,
Wait a minute.
What if we get that bear guy?
Where is that?
Sure.
What's his name? Robin or whatever?
How do you even remember that? You don't remember Groger, but you remember Robin? The
Well,
bear
Robin's
that
like
never
a.
spoken
He's
his
like a
own name.
normal. He's got a normal name. What kind of name is Groger?
Don't be insensitive.
I mean, I'm not insensitive. I'm sorry. Like, what the heck?
Cassio gets sensitivity training.
We have
Gone
the
wrong.
angry the angry dwarf with the axe. Do you think getting him would be like an intimidating presence, or do you think it would make things worse?
The act. Yeah. They don't.
Could an axe cut trees?
Yeah. Shush. Yeah.
Where the heck even is that guy? I haven't seen him. Meanwhile, where is Dweeby? In a cave. Also, is Brandon actually here for real?
For real, for real?
For real, for real? On job?
Hey, Brendan, Dweeby made high quality cocaine last session while you weren't here.
That's true. That did happen.
You're supposed to give us a secret.
I was hoping that would summon him, but it appears to have not worked.
Oh, yaka waka,
Dang.
hey.
I gotta look at the cocaine. I'm pretty sure it's just the haste spell. Like you snort it and you get the haste spell. Just like real cocaine, after you come off the high, there's a penalty. Pretty wacky.
Is that in the description?
Nah. But that's my headcanon. Because I'm pretty sure haste, you suffer 1 level exhaustion afterwards. Otherwise it would be kind of like a goated spell. The exhaustion really makes it a trade-off. Well, I guess Dweeby is sleeping in the cave. In which case...
Maybe
What a-
getting him would be a bad idea.
Yeah,
He's in a group chat.
Got it.
For a group project because his group sucks.
Got it.
He said he'll be off the phone soon. STG.
Excellent. So currently he's just sleeping. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He seems kind of like out of it, you know? I don't know. Maybe the IRS thing's... let me just try the IRS thing. If it worked for him, it'll work for me, right?
Well, I don't.
Hey, Treebeard, I'm also part of the IRS. Let me in. No one is allowed in the Queen's private garden. But I'm with him, the Graja. No, you aren't. What do you mean? I've been standing here the whole time. We were literally in a huddle. You didn't see us huddle. No one is allowed in the Queen's private garden. Alright, this is bullcrap. It's like he didn't even remember.
I'm gonna walk up to the tree and... Hello, sir. I am a gardener here to manage the hedges.
The Queen manages her own hedges. We have
Of course,
no
but
need
she's busy.
for a gardener. The sprites manage when the Queen is busy.
Well, the sprites are also busy, so...
No, Roll for persuasion.
Oh no. 11.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Natural 20.
A small dart taps into your neck, and you can feel it. It's a little pinch. You pull it out. This was a sleeping dart. You are wide awake.
Weak. Did I see where it came from?
Make a perception roll.
That I could do. 19.
There was a small man who was attempting to use basically what is active camo. However, it is not super working. He is shooting from behind the tiniest gap in the trees, though, so he's not easily accessible.
He must be the gardener. I may have angered the Gardeners Guild. I should have known not to mess with a union.
I think it paid good hourly rates.
Another
I should walk back to the others.
Another sprite pops out of the wood and questions,
Where is the other? Answer
I was gonna
us.
say in Elvish, I don't speak Sylvan, I speak Elvish, I'm sorry.
They switch to Elvish immediately.
Where is the other?
Which other?
The one with the gray hair.
Oh man.
I mean, I have white feathers. Is
The
that what you mean?
human with the grey hair.
Oh, that's kinda racist.
Well, we don't have any humans. Huh?
Yeah, I don't think there are any human.
He was
back at camp.
human-ish.
Or
Well,
that,
we're all
you can't say that.
human-ish.
No, you're not. You're a bird.
Oh, the humanoid.
But he had like skin and no feathers, just grey hair.
Hey,
That
well,
skin.
you looking for like an old bugbear, like just
No.
hair?
No. You know who I
I
am
don't-
speaking of.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I'm sorry.
There were 4 of you. We just had tabs on you. Where did he go?
I don't know what you mean, man.
Roll for persuasion.
10.
The tree ant inches forward.
Should you cause trouble in the Queen's woods, there will be consequences. Now answer. Where is your friend?
I couldn't tell you.
It's true. Did just tell the truth.
Roll for deception?
That's a bad one. Let's hope I do good here. Wow, I've rolled 3 9s in a row. So one of them was 19, and then 10, and now 7. That's how my stats are arranged.
All right. So you know when like they tranquilize a like an elephant?
Playing StarCraft.
Yeah, that's in your neck now. Because I'm assuming a 20 hits. Or does it not?
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
All right, yeah. Yeah. You start to drift a little bit. And before too long, you're unconscious. Luke Cassidy goes, "Hey, what'd you do to the Boyd?"
That is none of your business. Stand back or cease making trouble. Well, stand back
No,
and
wait,
cease
that's
making
Fred.
trouble. He will be fine. Now he simply cannot
I'm
cause
gonna
trouble.
Go to reach for Vesper.
You may.
I just take him.
I mean, yeah, you can just drag him back if that's all you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say, listen, buddy. I don't like the cut of your jib. I see what's going on here. I'm not stupid. And as a member of the ARS, I don't appreciate this.
The what?
The ARS is what it's like tax. It's taxes. We don't pay taxes.
You don't pay taxes, but
You don't pay taxes?
These
Word.
guys commit tax fraud.
Wait,
This is a
And
serious
that's why
issue.
I'm investigating.
Mr. Sprite,
yes.
I may have let in a tax man.
We don't pay taxes. Why would you let in a tax man?
You sounded honest, and he said he couldn't lie because if he lied, he would melt. Did he have gray hair? Maybe.
He's in the Queen's garden. Now retrieve him at once.
Meanwhile, in the Queen's
Back to the
garden.
ranch.
Alright, sending is complete.
Wow. Truly
Um,
spectacular.
Could you
Eh?
was there somewhere we could have she could have like experienced ascending, or was she just like sitting there watching?
He was just watching.
Okay. I said, all right. I spoke to my friends.
Just like that, it's done?
It's done.
Incredible.
And now I'm
Just like that.
yours for the rest of the day.
Excellent.
Mm,
Would you like to go for a swim in the lake?
sure.
Let us go.
Where's the lake?
Hey, Gradger.
Running. But like softly, but slow.
Would you like to make another stealth check so that you aren't relying on an 11?
Get me out of here, get me out of here, get me out of here. Alright, that was almost well, yeah, it actually wouldn't have mattered. Ooh. 28.
Oh, that'll do. One thing I think I forgot to mention formally is that from now on, I want to give you guys to use the passive version of whatever you're using as an alternative to rolling. So, for example, if Nick has a
Plus 9 to stealth.
plus 9 to stealth, is that a passive 19 stealth? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Wow, that's kind of goated.
Jesus.
If you guys want to, I know rolling can be a little bit more
Rolling's fun.
a little bit more dynamic, but do you guys have opinions on that?
I think I'll probably use it whenever I think it'd be better.
Okay.
I love rolling because it lets me show off how unlucky I am.
Facts.
All right. Well, for now, we'll keep
And
things the way we
How
are.
else
but-
would I get, the party into quirky situations?
Yep. All right. So the Dryad and Malakai walking back. Where are you going,
Oh,
Grouger?
there are guards. I run.
Left. Like
All
some
right.
up and left.
Like here?
This is not a good idea. Up and well, this is where I am now.
Oh, well, I mean, you still have time.
Oh, well, I run like
Which way? Up. Okay. Which way? Up. All right. Still going? Up or down?
Sure. I think I'll just chill there.
Okay.
And then I like saying to my mouth, surely this isn't the way out.
All right.
So
Well-
as we're walking, I'm asking her about her childhood.
Well, it was a long time ago. Life as a child dryad is, I imagine, very different from being a child of men. You see, dryads are not. They're not the same in terms of how they come into being. We are not simply born as men are, you see. So, as a child, well, you aren't exactly physically a child, just mentally a child.
Mm.
And you learn and you grow and you are taught Sylvan and Elvish by your elders, and eventually you learn your duties as a guardian of the forest. But from your very creation, you are taught these things.
Child soldiers.
Yes, but without war, so just children. All right.
Possible.
You exit.
Children's
Um.
now war.
And then she begins walking forward, and then she says, "Oops, this isn't the lake. This is my room. What would you like to take a look around?"
Oh my god.
She's got a personal computer.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
I have the 1990s Hot Wheels computer.
We can play games on
We
it.
could play Hot Wheels mechanics for Windows 98.
No.
Like,
She
we could play what is it, Fire and Water Girl, and
yeah.
where's it the other way around? I don't remember.
Well, I remember.
It's
But,
like you could be the guy. and
She
I'll-
shows you the various flowers that she has grown, and essentially takes you around naming each one and asking you. You know, she eventually asks you,
What do you know of flowers and plant life?
Well, I'm not particularly versed in them, but my mother had a pretty large garden behind the mansion growing up.
And I simply love, adore flowers. They are the greatest, most beautiful little things. Chrysanthemums, lilies, various shades of tulips. Ah, everything. Even those which men call weeds, dandelions, daffodils. Things that just grow. Marvelous creations.
My mother had a special love for orchids.
They are a beautiful flower.
she begins to grow an orchid in her hand, and she gives it to you. It is a white orchid with a purple center.
I take it and yeah, this reminds me of my mother. Thank you.
Yes. Ah, such a peaceful place.
And then a dragon spawns and roll for initiative. Nah. No, nothing. I just thought it was funny.
It's like in Skyrim when you're picking flowers. And
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Alright.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Everything is fine. She kind of takes you around. She doesn't actually take you under like her room, but her room is largely just a bunch of trees and overhangs and like a hammock in the back. All these flowers. But
PC.
eventually she walks further up. Yeah, and the DOS PC, of course.
My lady. So
Yes.
how are we feeling about um?
Premarital sex.
Off limits.
No, about helping me in my quest.
Well, I was thinking,
Yes.
I usually don't tell people about this, but I wasn't being completely honest when I said that the nearest entrance to the Feywild is the cave in which you think your troops are stationed. It is an entrance, but there is another. And then she whispers under her breath, in this very garden.
it's in a trash can. I gotta find that trash can.
I would be honored if you would take me to it.
We may. But first, let's at least take a brief look at the lake. Or even a swim.
Or two.
Or three. Alright. Well, she eventually walks into another entrance slash exit. Actually, it'll probably it'd be right here. And then she begins walking up. You hear footprints gradually. After it's been quite a while, by the way, like 6 or 7 minutes, you've just been, I'm assuming, stationary.
Yeah, I'm like a statue.
You also hear a horde of buzzing that passes over and whispering in Sylvan.
Does she not? Does Roger not hear us talking?
He does when you pass by, but before that is the buzzing.
At this point, I'm telling him about my friends. And yeah, there's a few of us who are traveling together. Great guys, all of them. There's Roger and Bubbletop and Vespa. He's relatively new, but
He's
and-
living our secrets.
Vesper. Is Vesper the old one with the grey hair? The humanoid?
no, no. Vespa is.
The owlin?
You would know Vespa if you saw him. Yes.
Yes, the owl.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, Groger is, certainly an interesting looking man. He's too short for me, though.
Short.
Yes.
I'm like shadowing them.
Great.
He's, from what I could tell, he is half elven.
Yes, I saw that his hair is grey, though his face looks very young.
Yes. Oh, that was actually quite a funny story.
So we're
you-
going to Fazol.
Well, please do tell.
We came upon this. Let's say we made a friend who was. Well, quite frankly, he was a ghost, and
Oh my.
in discovering his capabilities, well, Roger aged about a lot.
Oh, how dreadful. And then as this conversation is going on, you hear a herd of buzzing as an entire legion of sprites pops out and undoes their active camo.
Can
Yep.
Leo just be sitting on the fountain again?
Yep.
Just no explanation.
Yeah, like an NPC that just exists in multiple points.
Yeah.
And you walk to a new location, you're like, how are you here? And it's like, I've always been here. I'm Beetle.
This is my load zone for this
This is my
area.
load zone for this area. Yeah.
These
So,
sprites are the loading screen.
yeah, one of the sprites walks up and says, my lady, there is a man loose in your garden. Man? No, this is my friend Malakai. No, my lady. A grey-haired human. Oh. Groger, is it? Well, how did he get in? He convinced one of the treants that we pay taxes. No, but we don't pay taxes.
As soon as I hear this, and I just start like under my breath, like casting message in different directions.
Of course. What are you saying?
Roger, are you here?
I'm behind you.
Boo.
Pop out.
Okay, well, welcome.
I pop again.
The sprite says,
There he is! My lady, would you like...
and she says, no, calm, calm. It is all right. Come out, Roger.
Put your right leg in. Put your right leg in. Put your right leg in. And you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey
He's just
and you turn
awkwardly
yourself
dancing.
What have
around.
you done to confuse my treant servants?
I lied.
That's not a very gentlemanlike thing to do, is it?
Who says what? I'm not a... What? Who said I was a gentleman?
I expected a man of your age to be wiser. Although I just
I'm like
wasn't.
23.
I was just informed of this. I am so sorry. But. Actually,
I actually am not, but I was mentally.
I wonder if we could help with that. Leo! Leo, darling.
I'm gonna be a baby now.
What?
Do you have lesser restoration?
No, I'm not a cleric.
What are you then?
I'm a wizard.
Right.
That's not the right class.
Of course. Anyway, you may be dismissed, guards.
Start dying.
No, they just
Right there
hover
and then,
away.
'cause they only live for 3 minutes.
Yeah, the sprite life cycle's like a mayfly. No.
Oh, well, I'm just gonna go talk to Leo while you guys do this.
Yes.
But also, I said, my lady, please, please have mercy on him. He is truly one of my greatest friends, and he probably was just very concerned.
Yes,
He means
yes.
no harm. I'm certain of it.
I would just like to talk. She kind of
Okay,
gives you
very
the
good.
side eye.
I'm going to go
Good.
ask more
You
questions
guys
about
are gonna
his
see me
spellbook.
again. I'm gonna have a peg leg.
All right, Leo. A man walks up to you. It's Malakai.
Are
So
you still charmed?
what?
I'm gonna cast a spell magic on him.
Malakai, you're no longer charmed.
Wait. Well, I feel foolish. Have
She's
I?
harmless. It's fine. Just
No,
likes friends.
no. I was kind of into it. Listen, Leo. As long as I'm here, I was wondering, is there any way? I don't know. I don't speak Sylvan. I wish I could. But I'm always on the search to learn new spells or anything. I mean, is there anything from your book you could teach me?
Hey, with your body.
I suppose I could. What can you do already?
I pull up my D&D Beyond the couch. Give it to Leo.
Malakai pulls out his phone and goes, "Sorry, I only have the mobile app right now, but if you look at my character sheet..."
Oh yeah, the mobile app's all right. It's fine.
Yeah.
Could be a little bit better, could be a little worse. You know.
I know it's not fully optimized.
These are my favorite jokes in the whole
Oh, I
game.
see. You're using the red background.
I love these fourth wall jokes.
Versus blue's my favorite.
Well, let's see. I could. No, perhaps not. Can you? No, not yet. All right. What about vortex warp? It's what I used on that little toad fellow earlier. The toadstool.
Ooh. Is it at least level
Where
3?
is Strode?
It is it's level 2, but you can cast it at higher levels by upcasting with a higher level spell slot for increased range.
If only we knew.
Sure. I'll lend that one.
Sure, I can translate into. Would you prefer Celestial, Common, or Elvish?
You speak Celestial.
A little bit.
Sure. My mother used to speak Celestial. I think she'd love if I could cast something in it.
Alright. I'm going to translate the spell Vortex Warp into Celestial.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's just like the lyrics to a Coolio song.
Yeah. Well.
Please, if there's anything you require from me, I could pay you for this. This is
It's fine.
alright. Vortex warp.
Meanwhile,
Greta, you know it's not a wise idea to test a queen. You know I have the power to execute you, yes?
Why have a king when you could have a queen?
Greta, this
I'm
is no
sorry.
laughing matter.
I've had mental degradation.
Mm-hmm. Do you not trust me? Do you think I want to hurt your friend?
I've just never been away from him for so long, and I was scared that he could be
are you lying?
only partially.
Roll for deception.
This is I actually have the opposite. If I ever tell the truth, I know.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
As you begin fake sobbing, she goes, "Oh dear, why are you so fragile? Oh, come here." And then
Young little guy.
she gives you a hug. She goes, "I know a ghost stole 40 years from your life. It happens to the best of us. Yes, yes.
And I've had no friends since I left. And,
Your friends with Malakai is your friend.
but since I left my hometown, and these are the first guys. And
Oh, where's your
they've been so nice
hometown?
to me. No, fine. And so I just wanted to see if he was fine.
Did you not answer where your hometown is?
Somewhere.
So no, you just went, so sad. Alright, she kind of unhugs you because this is awkward now. And she goes, "Very well. If you need to be with Malakai, then simply be with him."
I could stand really far away. I just want to see him.
That's creepy. Don't do that.
Okay. Well, that would explain why the other people didn't like me.
Okay, dear, you need some assistance. Go. She directs you towards Malakai.
I walk away. I
Alright.
say I run away with that like dog thing, but then I don't know what that dog like how to describe that dog thing.
Alright. The Dryad walks back up and says, "Malakai, I believe you have a dependency problem."
A dependency. What do you mean?
Roger,
Why?
he's so fragile. He was crying because you had been away for so long. You must take care of him. He seems to have the mental agility of a 12-year-old.
I used to be 12 once.
Now I'm 68.
All the joys of youth gone. I didn't even get to ride a car yet.
Have you ever heard of attachment theory?
Uh,
I learned about it in my one semester as a psychologist.
I didn't even get to go to college.
I had to go to college.
No.
So I would take a closer eye on him.
If I lie, I melt.
Anyway. So, shall we continue?
Yes.
Leo, darling, would you check on his other friends and make sure they're also not sobbing like children?
I have to cast sending.
Leo,
Hmm?
would you check
Sorry, I
on
was looking
his...
through my spell book.
You should listen to me when I'm speaking to you, dear. Would you check on his other friends to make sure they're also not sobbing like children?
Okay. I'm gonna walk over towards the wall and just
Alright,
leave, I guess.
and so Leo leaves. And then the Dread says, Malakai, I know that you have much to do and much on your mind.
No,
But-
don't worry about it. I said I would spend time with you. Let's spend some time.
Yes, but listen. I know that you have things to do now. But should you finish what you need to finish, perhaps you could... She kind of looks around to make sure Leo's actually gone. Perhaps you could take Leo's place as my aide?
If
God damn.
If I were to come back, my lady, I wouldn't want to be your aide.
Well, what would you desire?
God.
There is another way that we could. There's another way that we could ensure the unity of both of our kingdoms.
Alright, hold on. This won't show up on the stream, but this is important because the eyebrow move, you're about to get an eyebrow move. The eyebrow move is...
Wait, I can't even see it. Hold on.
Alright, hold up.
What if we kissed?
You need
Nah,
to
that
see
would be
my
dumb.
face cam. No.
Unless.
Wait, I didn't see anything.
Are you ready for the eyebrow move?
Yeah.
So say what you were saying again.
There is another way that we could unite our kingdoms.
And that's the look you get.
That's right, a political alliance.
She says, go on.
Can I be totally honest with you?
Of course, my dear.
Well, I am aware that you charmed me,
Very well.
but you are not aware that you have also charmed me.
God.
Oh. That's not the Dryad's reaction. That's me going. However, the Dryad is probably like,
So, I could come back, or if our kingdoms were to be united, that would also be something I'd be amenable to. I do want to return Lucine to its former glory as a place where magic was free,
yes,
and I believe that's what you want as well.
such a noble goal.
And
She
the
puts
nature-
her arm on your shoulder. All right, hold on. Hard cut. Hard cut. All right, Leo. You walk outside. Have you? Oh, by the way, have you guys done anything, or you just here?
Vibing.
All right, so that's a no. All right,
Do
so
we here, or is Dweeby still working with his group?
that's a
members?
great question.
I
He has a
honestly-
real name.
I was on the phone while you guys were pulling out like me. Like I saw it, but I was not listening. I don't know.
So you have cocaine, basically.
I do?
Yeah, it
Yes.
gives you the
Yeah.
effects of the haste spell
Surprise.
if you want to use it.
They rolled
Surprise.
for drugs for you last session. You rolled a nat 20.
Yeah.
So
So you took the dead wings of a pixie, ground them up in a mortar and pestle, and made cocaine. So, congrats.
Recently,
Yeah, it is actually.
we were gonna grab you to try and get past these trees, but you were dead asleep in the cave.
Would you like to wake up?
I would love to wake up.
All right, you wake up. You are in a cave. You don't remember any of last night. Maybe you got plastered. I don't know. But you're in a cave. There's a woman next to you. She's in Kuning Greek battle armor. And then there's Orion and Meteor, and then Priest Todd. What would you like to do?
Priest Todd?
Yeah, it's Todd the Executioner, but he's in priest disguise.
He's in priest mode.
Todd the Executioner, as in Todd the
The
Pirate?
The
ghost.
ghost.
Yeah, the ghost that's possessing the Executioner.
Man, he's had a rough life.
Yeah.
It's been alive for like a week.
I know.
Read what, Nick?
You fell for my trap.
Okay. Thanks. Alright, so what are you doing when you wake up?
I don't know. I guess I just asked Todd where everyone went, because I don't know who the other ones are.
Great. I don't really know. I think it's morning. We haven't been told to do anything, so I've just stayed here. I think some of them went outside and Malakai's gone or something.
Okay. I'll be back.
Alright.
Just
Alright, you walk through the cave. There Alright. Alright,
Don't
now...
even explain it. Just keep walking.
I'm not gonna explain it. We're just gonna keep walking.
Giant
Yeah.
frog, very frozen. None of those people are actually in there anymore. They all left.
That is true, actually. Yes. You're walking through a cave, walking through a cave, walking through a cave, walking through a cave.
kind of cranching parts.
Oh yeah, you can. But they're
outside.
canonically outside. Robin is at the front door. That is the bear cleric. Alright, you walk out. You don't really remember any of this place.
No, yeah, I assume it would just basically be my reaction now.
Yeah, you're just kind of in the woods.
I'm just in the woods. Can I
Past
just,
few days
like,
have been a
head,
blur.
like, southeast and see where
Mhm.
I end up?
Yep. There is a path, so you can kind of just make your way down. Eventually, you look over to the right and you see a bunch of sprites and a little village of tiny people. These sprites are like 6 inches tall, so.
Who is Steven?
Well, you don't know his name is Steven, but if you'd like to ask him,
I mean-
he looks at you and he says,
That's
Hello.
Steven.
Can I help you?
his little wings are fluttering with a.
Hey,
Is he
cookie.
a sprite too?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, okay. I thought he was. Never mind. Yeah, I'm just looking for the people I travel with. You know, the guy with he's got like a mace or something, and he like wears brown now or tan.
Oh,
And then there's
yes,
the
yes.
new guy. He's got like feathers.
I'm new here, and I didn't really keep track of where everyone is, but I think they're somewhere down outside the Queen's Garden. Just walk south.
Cool. I'm gonna walk west.
Okay, great. How long are we walking west?
Until somebody stops me or I
Somebody stop me.
Oh, but stop.
Not a single person is going to stop you.
This is actually
Okay.
a subtle way to explain
Well-
how he leaves the campaign.
Yeah, see, in campaign 4
All right,
or 5,
So,
whatever we're on now.
I guess
you're walking
if I
west.
get bored, I'd probably just wrap around.
Well, you don't get bored because eventually you stumble
Something
upon
happens
what you think is a bear. It's kind of hard to see. It looks like a blank bear, but its head isn't towards you. It's pretty big.
Exactly what I've been waiting for.
there. A tool.
Would you like
I don't
to
feel it's
roll
very-
stealth? If you get closer, the bear may detect you.
Roll perception before I roll stealth?
You may, if you want to identify it as definitely a bear.
That is exactly what I plan to do. How's a 12 do for perception?
Well, it looks a lot like a bear, but the tail is definitely not a bear tail. Now, in terms of what it actually is, you're not really a surface guy. Bear is yeah, I know what that is. So you're thinking maybe this is just like a weird kind of bear, and you go with that.
Does it look friendly?
It doesn't look unfriendly. It's just kind of digging a hole by a tree stump. Eventually, it gets to the point where
I'm
the
gonna
front of it
say
is
hi.
okay. You're just like actually gonna say hi.
Yep.
Okay.
I want to know if it speaks.
All right. The bear turns, and it is. It's not a bear, but you don't know that. In terms of what it actually looks like, here's some default 5e art for you. Have fun. And here's some art of what it looks like, however, in non-giant form. Give me one sec.
Giant form.
Yes. So it's a really weird looking
Oh,
bear,
fuck.
and yeah, it's just kind of looking at you. It's a little bit startled. It digs its paws into the ground, but it hasn't charged you.
Like digs its paws into the ground, like it's
Yeah.
continuing to dig.
No,
or,
like it. Okay, its butt is turned to you, and then you say hi, and it goes. Like like it digs its heels into the ground to make sure that it's stable, like it's ready,
Wow.
it's alert. So what would you like to do?
I'll just I think I'll try and leave it be.
Okay.
If I have anything, that'll be cool. Can I just make note that I'm still probably wearing the shiny shirt?
Yeah.
I don't remember where you got that.
I don't remember where you got it either.
It was.
I think you just bought it, right? You're like
Yeah.
a shiny shirt. Yeah. It is probably very intrigued by the shiny of the shiny shirt.
I hear the 3M
back up.
anti-vis shirt thing.
It's just the yellow construction worker thing with like the fluorescent white stripes on it. Yeah. So what did you like to do?
Back up.
Okay.
You know.
You back up, and the bear just sort of holds its ground. Obviously, it's a giant badger, but Dweeby's just like, it's a bear. It's a weird bear. All right. Are you satisfied with your westward journey?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'll head down now.
All right. Heading down.
Start digging?
No. Heading down, you are abruptly stopped by a very flat wall of thickly intertwined branches. It appears that you cannot pass this way, but you can follow the wall eastward as you travel.
Sure.
All right. You follow the wall eastward, and eventually there's a hard corner, and you see a group of 3 guys just sitting around.
3 guys.
But there's another guy that you haven't seen. Looks like a little goat man, and he's just approaching them now. Goat man?
Oh no. That weird freak is attacking my friends.
He's definitely not. He's just casually walking towards them. Jacob?
Sorry, I was muted.
What?
Leo is approaching. He was told to check on the others.
I know they're not sobbing. I mean.
Oh, so you're just kind of
That's
like.
what I was told. I mean,
So you're just standing there. You haven't said a word to them.
not yet.
Okay. Are they looking at you? Or like, is anyone looking at him?
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Who are you?
Yeah. What's your deal?
I'm Leo.
Weeby, are you walking up?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna. Yeah.
Are you with the dryad?
Yep. She asked me to check on you and make sure you're not sobbing.
Why
Wait,
would-
word?
I don't know.
Why do we be sobbing? What, did you hurt Malakai?
No, Grodger was
Yeah, did
sobbing.
you hurt Grodger?
Why was Garage sobbing? What, did you cut off his arms? Did you eat him? What are you doing to him?
Are his arms okay?
I cannot comment on the status of his arms.
Oh my god, guys. This is so bad.
This is bad. We gotta do something.
Can we come with you?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't ask.
Precedent says no, Leo, in terms of who's allowed in the garden.
What's that?
Precedent under serving Dryas says no.
I'm gonna say probably not. Because normally nobody's allowed in.
Well, can we have Grouger back at least?
Wow.
I think he's part
Wow,
of
did
things
anybody hear
now.
that? Was that to the wind or something?
What? I didn't hear nothing.
Is your bird okay?
I think so. Wait a minute, I thought Vespa was talking. You guys have like the exact same voice. This is so confusing. Oh no,
I sound much
he's
more tired than he does.
yeah. Vespa's sleeping. He got hit with like a sleeping dart or something.
Oh, then maybe I don't sound that much more tired.
Yeah,
Can you fix him?
yeah, that'd be actually pretty nice. When's he supposed to wake up?
Why do people keep wanting me to fix other people? I'm a wizard. I'm not a cleric. I don't.
Yeah, but like clerics are useful and wizards are just kind of guys that sit in towers and think they know everything. So everybody likes clerics better. No offense.
I'm gonna poke Vesper.
There's no. Well, actually, wait. Yes, there is. Casper, roll a con save. I think.
I'm
18.
kind of dumb.
Vesper wakes up.
Oh,
Why
yeah,
have you done
that's
this
what
to me?
Now you get to waste 2 characters. Isn't this fun?
Yup.
What's going on?
Oh my god, it's awake.
It?
Dude, I thought you were dead.
Phoebe was going to eat him.
Do you guys
Bertha
want
would-
sandwiches or something? I can maybe get.
Yeah, give me a salami on rye, lettuce, mayo, mustard.
He
Can
pulls
have a
out.
little salami.
He pulls out a little chest, and a large version of that chest appears in front of him, and he opens it up and he starts reading through it.
Oh,
And he pulls out just like, I don't know. I guess salami on rye. He's got like he's got like 5
okay.
of those.
Luke says.
exists.
Luke. Alright, shut up. Everyone, shut up. Luke immediately says, "Alright, I take back the thing I said about wizards. That's dope." He's like a walking kitchen. Why can't we make that a job? Like a walking kitchen kind of
You
guy.
just got lucky that I happen to have that in here. I'm not.
Oh,
If
you're
you'd asked
not.
for anything else, you would have gotten salami and rye.
Oh,
I divined it though. I asked what I should make, and that was the answer.
okay. That. Wait, was you in my head to do that?
No.
It's a wizard.
How does? I don't even want to know. Honestly, whatever. That's pretty cool though. All right, Luke Cassio's appeased.
Okay, who is this man? Can we get in yet? Have you asked him if we can go in?
Yeah, can we go in?
He said no.
No, you can't.
What are we supposed to do? Just sit here?
Well, you have a sandwich. I mean, I only made 5.
What if I'm allergic to that? I don't know what I'm allergic to. I was born like a month ago.
That's true. Wait, what?
I mean,
Can we see Malakai?
I mean, if you went high enough, you can maybe see him, but you're not supposed to enter like the.
Pretty please?
The airspace.
It's a no-fly zone around the president
Yeah.
and the queen.
Yeah.
Well, wait. Can this guy go in? I pointed, Dweeby. He's not with us.
Um, I mean, whether they're with you or not doesn't really. They can't.
Where am I going?
I'm just not supposed to let anybody in. There,
Where's there?
in general, in the garden.
So is
Can you
Malachi in
point
trouble?
in that direction?
Well, no, he's not. He's not in trouble. I don't think either of them are in trouble. I think they're just hanging out.
Kind of seemed like Malachi was in trouble. He sent a message to me.
A message saying that everything was okay.
Yeah, but it's the way he said it.
Look, he was charmed at the time, and he is no longer.
He was charmed, so he is in trouble.
I knew not to trust that sprite.
Oh, we got to get in now. Come on, let us in. We can't trust her. She charmed him. Like, why
Right.
else would she do that?
Trevor, can I just Misty step back through the tree line?
No, absolutely. Boom! And Leo, faced with an incredibly awkward conversation of mildly to moderately agitated men, just. And he's
He
gone.
almost completely disappeared.
Yeah.
Well, that just
I just
happened.
yanked out my headphones. Hold on. Nobody
Quick, we
make
can't say
fun of
anything.
me yet.
Quick, share.
Make fun of him. Make fun of him.
Alright.
Metagame,
Oh, Trevor's a
metagame,
poopy head. Poopy head.
What's the
Alright.
address?
No, don't tax me again. Alright, I'm back. So, Leo's gone.
Oh, you mean he lives?
Yeah. 2318 Negro Arroyo Lane. My name is Walter Hartwell White. Walter. Put your pants on, Walter.
Just look for the house with the pizza on the roof.
Yeah.
It's me, Walter White.
Alright, so anyway, the four gentlemen are now sitting here, yet again stuck with nothing to do.
So the Dryad charmed Malachi.
Yeah. Isn't that like bad? Don't bad
Pretty
people do
bad,
that? Yeah.
I mean, he said that he got rid of the charm.
So, you think we're thinking rationally?
I am. I'm trying.
No, it's sus.
I don't know. You've been acting
Somebody
kind of sus lately.
The widespread mental trauma.
We gotta find a way in there. There's gotta be a way. Like a
Dweeby, what do you
secret
think?
tunnel or something.
Yes, Dweeby, we were going to actually come get you because we thought maybe your axe could intimidate the treant into moving.
Aren't you a dwarf? Don't
where-
dwarves dig? How fast can you dig?
No. No.
What do you mean, no? You don't got a
Dig?
shovel?
What the fuck? Like,
If only we knew a guy with
Racist?
some shovels.
What?
do I look
He's a
like
dwarf.
fucking mole?
Yeah.
Very insensitive,
That's
man.
just blatantly racist. at
It's
this
not
point.
racist. He's pale as snow.
I mean, yeah, I
I'm
can dig pretty
pale?
well.
Yeah, the dude don't get no sun, clearly.
I mean, you're one to talk here, man.
Oh. No,
I'm a
swarthy man. I know who I am.
My
I
skin
get
color
my
has
sun.
gotta be like straight black.
It's like pale, ashy, dead white mixed with soot and dirt.
Well, yeah, no.
And
like
spit.
on the surface, it's just straight black, like soot.
Yeah.
And then if you like wiped it off or something,
Yeah.
probably pale.
Ghastly white, yeah.
He is like drug.
Although
addict
you've been
act.
getting more sun recently. Although half the time you've been under the wagon sleeping in the hammock. So it's like a mixture. You probably got some really intense tan lines.
Yeah, it's my shower month.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Looks as well if we can't dig, then our only option is like war, and I don't think that's gonna end too well.
What are you talking about? Which direction are we going?
The door's
Those
right there,
trees.
they just won't let us through, yeah.
See that
I'm
tree? It
bored.
talks to us. We've Roger talked it into moving. We have not.
I'm walking up to the door.
Alright.
Hello, door.
The tree just looks down at you. What did you say to it?
He said
Please
move. No, I don't think there was a please.
No one may enter the Queen's Private garden.
That's cool. I want to get by. I left my keys back there.
No
Can't get into my house
one may
without them.
enter the Queen's private garden.
What about exit?
Well, what if I was the king?
That's your
You
gameplay here.
are not the king.
He's short, just like the pixies. Come on.
I am not a stupid tree. I have an intelligence of 12, which is slightly above average.
Wait, fuck. Is he smarter than me?
Yes.
You
Wait,
bastard.
wait. He's smarter. Oh, I'm only barely smarter than him.
Oh man. That's
I'm
pretty good.
pissed now. I'm gonna look back. Is it war or are we letting this go?
They almost killed Vesper in a single hit.
Yeah, I wouldn't do war if I was you.
These guys? Or like the
Oh, it
people
was,
behind
the-
these
the
guys?
trees.
a little sprite man hit me with a dart that made me sleep.
Oh, no, not even that. That tree decked you, man.
Oh, that was yes. Sorry, he might have hit me on the head a little bit.
A little bit.
Oh. Damn, they're smart too. I think the only way to do this is a trade offer.
There's an artist rendition of Vesper getting clobbered by a tree.
I don't know if I showed this on stream, but I'm going to now.
Oh my god.
Why does the tree have like human eyes?
Because the tree ant is literally that meme of the tree with the gross face.
From a popular movie trilogy.
Oh,
See, fuck. I think there's like I had this cool thing and it's like a liquid and it can catch on fire. And I would just absolutely hate if, I like tripped and it went all over this forest.
are you threatening the tree?
No, I'm trying to be diplomatic.
Bending the tree.
Roll for intimidation.
Oh my god, please.
Diplomatic intimidation.
Oh my fuck.
You don't want to succeed. What'd you get?
He's rolling.
Okay. 16? Yeah, that's a success.
19 minus 3.
Alright. Does 15 break your AC?
No.
That's very good. Two giant claws pop down on you as the tree screams, "No burn!" You dodged both of them.
Good.
He's going to do it again in the next 6 seconds.
Well, that's not very nice.
Well, if you would like to not be a part of that, you may disengage. Otherwise, 6 seconds are going to pass and he's going for it again.
I'll take a couple steps back.
It's a good idea.
I just had a brain.
Alright. The tree points at you and says, "Do not burn."
Can I? I'm gonna use the dodge action, and then I'm gonna fly up over the tree line.
What does dodge do? I don't even remember.
Any
Disadvantage
attack
on
roll
attack?
made against you is disadvantage if you can see the attacker, and you make a dexterity saving throws with advantage.
Okay, so 18 and 21 are the disadvantage rolls.
Jesus. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, get fucked. Wait, how the against
Yes. Well, it would have been two 26s, But instead, you got off easy with an 18 and a 21.
Listen, man, you gotta like confer with your resident cleric. He can buff you before you do the shenanigans.
Hold on.
Well,
Allow
if
me
I
to-
could, if I talk to you, just to be ready for it.
8. Let's see. 12 and 8, so that's 25. 28 plus 12 is 40 bludgeoning damage.
From which attack?
Both.
Is it? What,
Oh.
what were the 2 attacks?
Alright.
Because I can have one
So
of them.
let's see. One of them is a 13 plus 6, which is a 19, and the other is a 15 plus 6, which is a 21.
I'm gonna have the 21.
Great.
That is. Wait, hang on. Let me find that ability to make sure I'm using it right.
Now, I'm no one
yes.
to metagame, but their attacks have a plus 10 to hit, so just an FYI.
Guys, I think we can take them.
Anyway, Vesper is back on the ground in a throwback to last session. So, if Blumpletup, if you would like to do anything about that, you just go right ahead. But I think we're gonna cut back to where things are. I was waiting to. I was gonna cut back earlier, but I wasn't sure if you guys were gonna do anything. The answer was gonna get clapped.
Dog, wait.
All right.
Why don't we just go around them?
We
There's a
have to
lot
go
of trees.
through them.
There's
It's surrounded.
exactly. All right. Anyway, where were we?
Well,
Yes, the Dryad put her hand on Malakai's shoulder and said, "It is such a noble cause." She leans in.
So what?
She leans in.
I'm gonna be over here.
Sure. Malakai is like, yeah,
Thank you.
He's going for it.
yeah.
Here,
Wow,
have another one.
you really went for it. All right.
Tickle
Well,
your pants.
Malakai and the Dryad kiss, and then Leo walks back in, witnessing this.
I didn't mean to do healing word. Whatever.
It's fine. You got me. I'm within 2, so.
All right. Did you hear me, Jacob?
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna go that close.
Okay. Yep. All right.
Where's the toadstool?
No, stop! Don't summon him. He was gonna forget about him.
I teleported him into the phone. No, I can't do that.
I never forget. All right. Dryad
forgive.
Elisa says, "Well, shall we go to the lake?
Well, yeah, we shall.
Let's." All right. She begins walking. Malakai now following by her side. Grouger, are you trailing back? Or are you gonna talk to Leo? What do you want to do? What does Leo want to do as well?
I'm gonna look at Leo and then I'm gonna follow them, but like 40 feet back.
Of course.
I'm gonna break down on 4s.
Of course. All right.
Sprint. I'm gaining on them.
No. Trying to see. It's like 20.
How'd you LaBeouf?
All right. Grouger, what's your what was your passive perception? 16. As you pass by, you hear rustling in one of the flower patches.
I do a backflip.
You do a backflip. And you can hear the voice of a probably very bored toadstool, portobello mushroom, saying, "Take me." Would you like to do anything with this information?
Like to freaking go the other way.
Okay. Leo, are you following Grouger?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, he's got to make a stealth check or else Throdel gets him.
Alright. Well, the Dryad stops at what appears to be an orchard, and Grouger sees this as well, where there are 2 kinds of trees that appears apple, pear, as well as lemon, a variety of fruits. And then she picks an apple, a low-hanging fruit, off and offers it to Malakai.
What kind of fruit is this?
It's not from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. That'd be weird. It's totally fine. It's an apple.
Can I insight check?
Yeah.
$18.
It is, in fact, not from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil.
Yeah, but is it like a trustworthy fruit?
It's an apple.
Oh, yum.
Yes. And not a Granny Smith green apple. We don't like those. Talking like
As
crisp.
long as it's not a
unweird.
red delicious.
It's not a red delicious. That'd be awful. What kind of DM do you think I am, John? Red delicious in my house? No. Anyway, there's a waterfall at the top. It's very light. It's only like 10 feet or so, and it's a very light stream. But it does trail into the lake, and there's a rock wall as well on a little cliff where the lake sort of forms with a light beach. And then far, far down, there's a giant tree past a section of forest. It's comedically tall. You're
Wait,
just
is
now
this the
seeing it now that
garden
you're in a
we're
clearing.
not allowed into?
Yep.
What the? She's got a beach.
Yeah. That's why you're not
There's a
allowed in
dog's
here.
gaming computer too.
Yeah, there's a Hot Wheels like 90s gaming computer. That's over here.
Has it got a 3060?
It's a gaming computer from the 90s, Brendan. It doesn't even have like a separate graphics processing unit, probably.
Oh, it's got a Voodoo 3.
Does it? I'm not looking up the Hot Wheels PC specs right
I don't
now.
think the Hot Wheels PC has a Voodoo 3.
It has a Hot Wheels 4. Ooh.
All right. Well, shall we go swimming in the lake?
Yes.
All right, we go swimming in the lake. It is a great time. Grouger, are you swimming?
I'm just gonna sit.
Uh huh.
Hey,
Like,
quick
Mm.
question
right there.
over top though.
Uh-huh.
Just in your clothes?
I don't know. That is a good question.
If they're naked, I'm looking the other way.
Malakai.
And I take like 4 mental trauma.
just down to like underclothes.
Uh huh. Very well. Very well. All right, Leo, what are you doing?
I'm
Just
gonna
release
start
the
casting
thing.
divination, which takes 10 minutes.
Excellent. All right, they're swimming. Swimming is happening. All right, swimming is done. It's been like an hour. Also,
Swimming is done.
I'm speeding us up here. Otherwise, we'll be here all night.
Yeah. So
It's like
earlier.
1 p.m.
So earlier when we spoke,
Mm-hmm.
am I to take it that you're open to my suggestion?
I am. But if this is the case, and you must finish your mission before returning, then perhaps it is best that we expedite that, so I can see you the sooner.
I think that would be best.
If you truly wish to proceed to the Feywild from here and not from the cave to the north, then this is what must happen. You must travel. I will guide you to the entrance of the Dead Wood, and there you must stake out your own party and find a guide in the Feywild. You cannot trust anything in the Feywild, but you will have to trust something if you understand what I mean. It is not a pleasant situation to be in, but I cannot guide you the whole way. I would have to make my way north to the entrance of the cavern at the base of the mountain to open up a passage for your men. Could you guarantee that I would be safe should I do so?
I can guarantee that if you give me another 10 minutes, I will contact them before we leave.
Very well.
Yes, I can contact them before we leave. I just need to meet with the rest of my friends and we can discuss.
If we're going to do this, I will get them permission to enter my garden.
Yes, that would be wonderful.
Alright, she looked at Leo. And
Well, I was casting divination, right?
Yeah.
So I get to ask the GM a question.
All right. Perfect. What's up?
If the GM can answer truthfully,
Okay.
is as a short phrase, a cryptic rhyme, or
Okay.
an omen.
All right.
And I can ask about a specific goal of interactivity to occur within the next 7 days.
Okay.
So, I'm going to ask,
Okay.
are these people going to encounter any hardships in the Feywild?
Hmm. And I have to answer truthfully, but I can be like vague and weird and spooky with it. Is that what I
Yes.
understand? Okay. I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. Hardships in terms of danger, a little bit. Hardships in terms of mental capacity to deal with the bull crap I'm gonna throw at them, very, very.
Good to know. Okay.
Visions
well,
of
that was 10 minutes and a,
Visions
and
of
a 4th level
okay.
spell slot.
Visions of Strode is the last thing you hear.
Oh my god. I'm horrified.
Alright.
God damn it.
Alright, Leo Dry, I want you to go get the others. It's time. We're expediting the process.
As he sends Leo, Malakai gets down on one knee and
Proposes.
takes out his I was just checking if I had it in my inventory. I have a Delumiere family ring.
Okay. You give that to her?
And I'll say, this is my pledge and promise that I will return.
Okay. She graciously accepts.
Okay.
And she puts it on. Alright. Don't look at that. Alright, real talk.
While we're waiting for the others, can I just start preparing sending?
Yes. Quick question.
I'm just going to tell Malik that a dryad is coming, not to attack her. She is my fiance.
Oh, that is certainly a statement. Alright. So, by everyone, are we getting everyone to go into the Feywild? Like all the men in the cave?
Yes.
Alright, that is quite the party. Cool. So be it. In which case, we're gonna have to take a little bit of time logistically to assemble this. That's gonna be a lot of people in the Queen's Wood and garden. So, the next few hours are very logistical. You don't get a whole lot of details. The Dryad is just kind of running around making sure that we have everything that we need for this journey. She does supply you with a bundle of berries that are berries from the spell Goodberry. So, do with that what you will.
How many is that? How many berries?
Like 30. So that'll keep you okay on food for quite a bit.
Blueberries or like plump strawberries?
Dude, let's do plum strawberries because that sounds more interesting.
That's like
Ugh.
the crackers from Lord of the Rings.
It is like the crackers from Lord of the Rings. Thank you. You're so
You
smart.
could have a queen.
Lembas bread.
Number spread. So, all the men are assembled. They're taken out of the cave. There's just a ton of people. I believe this is not us, but this is us. We have this small party, so we're gonna need Orion, Julia, Meteor, Priest Todd, Danuk. Gosh, so many
We need
people.
like a select all.
I
drink
know.
potion.
I know.
He's
I
gonna make
know.
the strongest warrior, the Ugg.
I think I might need to add these guys to saved entities now. Which is gonna be a literal nightmare. It's gonna take 8 years, so I'm kind of just gonna like. I think I'm literally gonna move them and take a screenshot so that I know that they're there, but not actually draw them. That's gonna be the play. But basically, what's happening now is we're packing up and getting ready to move out. The troops have been informed. Robin has been informed. The sprites are now conveying all of this information that now we're on a schedule here. So we're gonna cut the day short, and we're gonna get things going. Malakai is still with blah 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 Dryad, but She's just kind of relaying information, and he's with her while she's relaying the information so that everyone is on the same page. So, frankly, he is still spending the day with her, but it is now very much on task, assembling everyone and making sure that everyone is on board with the plan. Danuk is not exactly thrilled about this proposal to go into the Feywild, and he raises that concern, notably. I'm going to put MS Paint over here so that I know that this is everyone in the party, so that I don't have to draw them 1,000,000 billion times, because now I can just go to the private garden. So we're assembling everyone. Lunch passes. You guys probably want to mark off one ration for everyone we have, which
Gosh.
not
Actually,
the soldiers
the
because they have their own rations.
do the 5 sandwiches count as a ration for each of those 5 people?
Correct. Yes.
A
Well, it
sandwich
counts.
for
It
every
counts as them
man.
not having. You don't have to feed them. Grouger and Malakai still need food.
Wait,
And
didn't
then-
she feed us in like we had tea and stuff?
Okay. Yeah. Very well. You could have eaten them too.
A
So
sandwich for every man.
Grouger didn't eat, and Todd didn't eat then. So I think it's literally you just need to use one ration then, and everyone's fed.
One
Actually.
ration. Okay.
Yeah, a singular ration.
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches for the win. All
A
right.
sandwich for every man.
Sandwich for every man. So, the rest of the day is prep work and planning, and a lot of it is information for you guys as leaders in terms of what you're going to account for. By 6 p.m., everyone is pretty much ready to go, and Drya is now information dumping Malakai. So, everyone was given very specific instructions when entering the wood that they may not veer from the path, that they must go in a certain formation on file to make sure that everything's preserved. So eventually, once everyone is pretty much ready to go outside the wood,
Oh, no.
don't worry about it. It's just every all of the big players are here. So we have Loppletuck. Is Luke Cassio invited?
Sure.
Okay, Luke Cassio is invited. Is Orion invited?
He's going to
Absolutely.
complain if we
Absolutely.
don't. So we had to get him
I
in.
definitely won't complain. I think it's really funny when he is excluded because nobody likes him.
No, I don't mean. I mean Leo's or not Leo. Luke's
Luke,
gonna complain
He will.
if
He
he's
will.
excluded.
He will. Yes.
Luke's the
So if-
greatest.
If the
Luke is
main
the greatest
people-
hero, and we're just being mean to him.
Yeah. Is this actually everyone that we want? All the important people outside of Meteor, I guess we can bring.
Wait,
Meteor.
do you have Robin?
Do you want Robin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get him in here.
I figured that you might. Robin, you 3 big himbos in the back.
The boys.
Them boys.
Next character, Himbo.
All right.
So,
Gotta happen.
well, as everyone appears, I go, friends, it's good to see you. I'm sorry you were separated earlier. And then I walk over to Dryad and I say, so this may come as a little bit of a shock, but I'd like to introduce you to the queen of this forest, Dryad.
Her name is Drya, to clarify, not literally Dryad.
Her what?
Her name is Drya. Oh, she's big.
Dryad.
She's
Oh,
She's big. You fool.
She's a himbo.
she got swole. Oh.
Yeah.
This is Dryad, and she is the queen and mistress of this forest.
She's a dryad. She's
And
a
she
himbo.
had, graciously offered to help
to
us
clarify the pronunciation.
with our quest. But what's more, I lift her hand that has the ring on it, and I say, she and I are betrothed.
Genuine reaction.
What a
Falls to his knees.
what a wacky turn of events. Luke Cassio's just like,
Why is he making the same face the dryad made when? Curious.
because I only have two facial expressions.
Or Luke Cassio thought he was.
I feel like Orion would actually be pleased.
And Ryan's just like,
Can Dweeby just faint?
yes. You may. Dweeby faints.
Attend to him.
If no one attends to him, he will just be sleeping.
I need to attend to him.
He said he's gonna die.
Okay.
You can't die on me.
Alright, you wake him up after he thinks
God damn it. Wake up.
Alright. After Malakai finishes his speech, Dry says, "May I have the floor?"
Yes, go ahead.
So, the plan is as follows. There are 2 entrances to the Feywild. You will be taking the first, one that I show to very few people. It leads into what I call the Deadwood, or what we used to call the Deadwood. It is a shocking landscape, and slightly unlike the rest of the Feywild in that it is treacherous, not from beasts but from terrain itself. You must be prepared to make a treacherous journey through the trees. After that, it will open up. Things may get easier. You will have to travel north, in which case you will eventually stumble upon the entrance to the second entrance to the Feywild, which is where I will be going to retrieve the rest of your men and Malakai's brother. From there, you may be able to join as a single unit and travel to the asylum. There are caves sprawling under the entirety of the asylum. We used to travel them frequently. Many of them contain links to the Feywild. There is much overlap. We may be able to get you in one of those caves close to the asylum. Although I'm not familiar with the terrain outside of the Feywild there, the terrain within the Feywild there is, I believe, controlled by remnants of the Eladrin. They may grant you safe passage, or they may be offended at your existence. I am uncertain. But this is our goal. I will not be able to guide you through the Feywild. You must find your own guide. Pray to your gods that you are discerning in who you choose. That is all.
Wow.
Meow.
So,
Meow.
what are we doing? Are we ready?
So what are we getting from the Feywild?
You're not getting anything. You're using it to travel safely. Well, away from Lucine's prying eyes.
I think we're missing Vesper. I've been looking at this group of people.
Oh,
and I'm like, this
that's
doesn't seem
that's
like
pretty weird.
enough.
I was wondering if I was forgetting something. It's because I was like, oh yeah, I already got Jacob. No, wrong. There we go. Ta-da. So, would we like to long rest before we head out?
Like, just long rest.
I think we just. Oh, wait. Some people are hurt. Do you guys
Yeah,
want
like
to?
Vesper got kind of clapped again.
I'm fine.
You lost like 38 points.
I was healed.
Okay. But that cost a spell slot, didn't it?
Yeah, it cost me 2 spell slots.
Yeah, see? I mean,
Like,
you
Buffalo
can.
sleeps and is carried
You
by
know,
Beauty.
you can set out tonight. That's fine. But you're entering the Feywild.
This may be the safest place we sleep for
A while.
until the end of this act.
Correct. Hence, I recommend it.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Then let's take a long rest here.
Okay. You may not sleep in the garden, obviously. But,
Shall
Yeah.
you find me first?
yeah, you may return to, the cave. Everything has been essentially set up in a state where the men know what's going on and things will be ready to go. The chain of command has disseminated information. Some of the men have been a little bit like, ooh, but you're in charge. And that's that.
Where's the toadstool?
That's a great question. So,
Yeah, were we able to
Shall-
get everyone here without him noticing?
shall we take a long rest? Wait, what was the question, Nick? Because was it a real question? Because I was not listening to
It
him.
was about the toadstool.
Okay.
So technically, no.
Okay. Great. In which case, things are gonna be weird.
Can I ask
Mm-hmm.
how God damn it. How much cocaine did I make?
1 serving.
That's it
Yep.
for one person.
Yep.
So you ground up the wings of one pixie.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
The brings of one pixie, and now you're the villain. He was already dead, Your Honor.
And just for future reference,
Mhm.
what you said it gives an effect.
Yeah, the effect of the haste spell. Which I might be able to look up for
Sick.
you. It's a pretty good spell. It's just, oh yeah, it doesn't cost, it's actually really good because it doesn't cost exhaustion like I thought. It's just you can't move or take actions at the turn after you use it.
Yeah, that actually makes sense.
Yep.
You're coming down off
Wait.
it.
Yep.
I can't use a.
So it's
action
like
the
you
next
for
turn?
like 10 turns or whatever, you get an extra action or something like that. But then on the
No, it's
11th
crazy.
turn, you don't get
Your
to do anything.
speed is doubled. You get +2 AC. You have advantage on dex throws, and you get an additional action every turn. It's concentration, which means if your concentration is broken, the spell ends early. So
But
if,
you're not concentrating on anything. You're just doing
On
cocaine.
cocaine.
yeah, but it would work the same way for a balance standpoint. But yes,
Well, because normally the spellcaster's focused on haste, and then the fighter's like going ham. So as long as the spellcaster's in the back, it's fine.
And
yeah,
in
I
this
guess it's
case,
true. It's more
it's
like
not the spellcaster, it's the drugs in the back of my head.
I think actually I might have already accounted for that because I remember when I was writing it, I was like, it's haste, but the starting and stopping conditions are slightly different. So let me check because I might have said like you get the effects of haste for 1 turn and then you go lethargic, or 2 turns. I don't remember what it was. Let's find out.
That'd be crazy.
Can I just point out that in my notes I put
Oh, it
Private
just says effects
parts.
of haste spell.
half orc, massive cock, runs fast, and he's got a fucking slower movement speed than me.
You get nade.
Alright, so I'm making it so that the effects of the haste spell will be applied for 2 turns, starting on the turn that you use it as a bonus action. And
Just
then,
2 turns?
yeah, but it's guaranteed. Whereas with haste,
Yeah.
it's not necessarily. So, I may be convinced up to 3. Very well, 3 it is.
Roll persuasion to persuade the
Nah, I already persuaded myself. 3 is a nice clean number. 2 is like, well, I'm just going to start it. 3 is like, yes, I had my chance.
I was gonna say whenever I take it, you should make me roll drugs and see what I get.
Just stay on the eye. That'd be pretty
Yeah.
funny, yeah. Okay.
Okay. I put it into my inventory because I didn't see it. You said you added it, but I didn't see it, so I just.
I thought I did. I saw 1 dose cocaine. Might have been
Yeah, I
somewhere
just
else.
put that in right
Okay,
now.
cool. I don't know where it went then. Earth's medium egg.
Unless if it's an item that requires attunement,
No. Yo, there's the Glupple shiny shirt 3M high vis OSHA compliant. It's so good. Alright. So are we long resting? You may officially long rest.
Yes.
Very well.
I will take back my 3 spell slots.
For we are about to enter the danger zone. Interdimensional travel again. Ooh.
Restoring 4 spell slots for Leo, even though he's not going to do anything for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
He stays forever stuck.
You really got the short end of the stick.
A little bit.
Just
Or
in
the
every
shroom.
sense.
He was supposed to be like an agent of chaos, but then there was nobody else to balance him, so I just kind of had him like a butler.
Yeah. I had to plan out other things, so I was like, I don't think that's gonna work narratively. So just went with it. Alright. Are we ready to set out?
Bum, ba-dum, bum.
I'm gonna take that as a yes.
Yes.
It is early morning, since you went to bed at a reasonable hour this time, unlike gamers. You arise at the crack of dawn. The men are ready to go. By the time you awake, they got up 30 minutes before dawn. They're packed. They're aware. They're awake. They're alert. Some of them are scared. And it's time. Dryad says her last goodbye to Malakai, and again repeats her instruction that you should choose your guide wisely, and then sends you off.
Boy, that feels like foreshadowing.
She casts a spell, and an opening makes its way through the tree. And this massive tree you may now enter. So will you enter the tree?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Wait, can I at some point could I have Leo warn him about what he heard in the divination?
Oh, of course.
Would just be like, I've in the next week or so, you're going to be traveling through the Feywild, and you will encounter intellectual challenges more than physical challenges. So keep your wits about you.
All right. Thank you.
Good luck.
And
Do I overhear this?
wait. Keep an eye on. Make sure she's all right for me.
Of course.
Thank you.
Then Missy steps away or something, I don't know. Alright.
Sure.
It's time to lead the procession of men down the tree. This is a scarily large tree. Comedically large, if you will. Like the one in Ocarina of Time. And equally gross as you descend a spiral staircase made of not carved but vine-like wood. It is extremely dark. Q.
Boy, good thing I have night vision. Or
Only
dark vision.
somebody could cast light or something.
Yes, I will cast.
He
light.
casts light so the men can see because they are not cool like the rest of the party. There are also a few torches available, but we're attempting to limit the number of resources that we burn through. I'm gonna guess that Meteor, Todd, and Robin are moving up front with the big boys. From this point, we're going like MS Paint mode. So buckle up. How do I go MS Paint mode? I can stop this. And I guess oh yeah, I could I'll pull up the OBS preview one sec. I forget how to do this. Window projector source. And then I go here, right? That doesn't look correct. Window full screen projector? No. Window projector preview. Aha. That is what it is. Because then I can do this, and then I can go to Microsoft Paint. So this, I'm actually going to have to open a second version of Paint, because this is what I need to use to keep track of all the additional people that we have. And I'm actually going to screenshot you guys too. That way, I'm just aware of what cards are on the table, metaphorically. That looks correct, right? 6 people, 1 NPC. I think, right? Right. Yes,
that?
yes. The people that I have lined up, that looks correct.
Yeah.
Why are we leaving everybody else?
You're not. I'm
Missing
just putting you in
someone,
an MS
yeah.
Paint document so that I have access to
Oh,
every
I see
single
the
person.
issue.
in the party.
You included Luke Cassio.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
him out of here.
Yeah, he's not one of the main guys, but I don't have him in my other
No.
screenshot. I don't have him in my other screenshot, so. Alright, I think now. Oh,
Kelly Ari liked him, then she died, so now I hate him. Haha.
Okay. Here we go. This is what I need. MS Paint time, boys. You are descending a large tree. And it is dark, as I have stated. Oh, this is going to be a vibe right here. So this is the tree that you are descending. Things get notably colder as you descend. There's an eerie presence here. Eventually, however, you get to a point where things start to open up. The tree leads to a path of spiraling branches, and you see what could be described as outside, but it is an unpleasant, sort of disconcerting sight, because instead of seeing a real environment or a natural sky, you simply see fog. Fog and trees. Trees of what appear to be a never-ending height, connected precariously by different branches straying to and fro. So where you are is not necessarily dark, but you peer down hundreds of feet and it's just fog covering the bottoms of these trees, and you look up and it's just the trees ascending upwards and it's just fog. This is certainly an unusual, perhaps even an aphysical place. And in terms of options, you have a few. You can turn either left or the right, and there's a fairly large section of branch that you should be able to comfortably walk across, but you have to be very careful because you have a lot of people and you don't want to overburden these branches. So it's a very slow process.
Jeez. Well, we've got. Is there space enough for someone to fly over?
Yes, this is prime time for Vesper to do scouting, because
Hell yeah.
these branches are at somewhat different elevations going up and down, but there's large swaths of hundreds of feet that are just open, thick, foggy air. It's difficult to see too far ahead, but since it's open, Vesper can take a look at lots of things. For reference, the fog gets really thick and too hard to see about 200 or 300 feet out. So it's not like you're blind. But it is just a daunting sight.
Then I'm scouting.
Alright, roll for me a perception check.
18.
This is a concerning sight, primarily because you're uncertain as to where to go. Would you like to fly up or down or both and just take a ton of time and get a view of as much as you can?
Yeah, I'm
Like,
just gonna
just-
fly around and kind of memorize everything and sketch a map if I can, like a
Sure.
tree map.
How much verticality do you want to include? Because there's open air all over the place.
I'll probably be like, I don't know, 50 to 100 feet above the branches.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
do they go? Is it like one sort of flat-ish plane of branches and then just open air above
Kind
it?
of.
Or...
So, like, in terms of 2D, what you have, like, if you're looking, if this is a top-down view, and we separate that to, like, this is top-down, this is side view, your tree is, here. There's some other trees. And then you have branches that extend kind of up, kind of down, but they're generally on that uniform terrain. But these trees just extend up. And they just keep going up, and they keep going down as well. And then that fog just covers your ability to see up or down.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going to be like getting into even denser foliage by going up.
Yeah, you shouldn't, because there's no leaves on any of these. It's just dead branches.
Well, yeah,
But,
I meant
yep.
branches when I said foliage, but you know what I mean.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
okay. So I'll be like probably about 50 feet up.
Okay, so not straying too much from the verticality that you were at, just to get a lay of the land, you can see that there's easy access to 2 more trees, and it looks like there are branches further down, but they're not easily accessible from this height. Your immediate access extends to these 3 trees and a section of branches that seem to trail off to nowhere. You would have to be able to find some other way to get either further down or further up, although it's difficult to know what direction you really should be going in this landscape.
Well, I guess I'll just sketch the best map I can and bring it back to everyone.
Okay. So your sketch is probably something simple. You're able to get the basic geometry of tree here, dead end. Everything is just a simplified version of this.
Okay.
Alright. So what would you like to do? The party is probably about here, just at the foot. Some have investigated and walked further down at the intersection, but staying spread out to not overburden the branches.
I'll deliver the map to Malakai, and then I'll hover next to the branches instead of standing on them. So I'm not. I mean, I'm pretty light anyway, but still.
Okay.
So I guess, which captains do we have with us still?
Let me check. You have Becker, who is, I believe, the lieutenant. And then you have Archie, who is a commander. That's actually this
From
talk.
Cunningham, right?
No, Archie is from Zara. He was a naval officer, but he is the equivalent rank of, I think, Lance Corporal or something. I forget what it was.
Lieutenant Corporal?
Yeah, Lieutenant Corporal.
Which is right below Corporal.
Yes.
Not near Lieutenant.
Correct. And then you have Verkum, who is the old grizzled veteran for the Cunning Greek guys.
Right.
And you have a couple stragglers from House Rashan.
Okay. So I guess I gather our main group and those leaders and kind of say Vespers managed to get us a crude map. Now, judging by these branches, obviously, we don't want everyone to go over en masse. We don't want to damage, well, our pathways. So, I really suggest we send some of our quicker, swifter, more agile people over first.
Whoever has the most experience with climbing, I would presume, says Verkum. Which, I was agile in my younger days, but not now.
I'm going to look at Grajo, Vesper, and who else do we think is particularly nimble?
Well, I did live in a cave.
All right.
Alright. Well, where are we headed? Scouts?
I'm hoping you all can find like weak spots, places for us to avoid.
Yeah, play on the C4.
Alright. So, who should we start with tracing? Roger? You want to start there? Because there's 3 people, Roger, Dweeby, and Vesper, that are scouting?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Roger, where do you want to scout? Mm-hmm.
Left.
Okay. You walk your way left, tracing a path. It's fairly stable. This is not a complicated walk. There's a tough gap between this and the base of the tree, and a barely walkable ledge between where one of the roots sort of stems out, and you can cross that to another root. And there is actually sign of something other than just deterioration. A incredibly roughly carved staircase, one could call it, although it's nearly a cliff face. It is clear that while most people who don't quite have an eye for these things may just look past it as a weird formation in the bark, this is clearly an intentional design of some stepped surface for climbing. Staircase is a bit of a strong word for it. It's more like a cliff with basic holds that are about 1 to 2 feet apart, so it is not an easy climb, but it does lead down to a lower section of branches. Very difficult climb, especially for those carrying a lot of equipment, or for people who are untrained. Alright, Dweeby, where would you like to scout?
Right.
Alright, right to the dead-end branches, or right to the other tree base?
Ooh. To the tree base.
Alright. Head to the base of the other tree, hoping to find something promising. And it is actually clear the inside of this tree is hollow. Now, it's a little odd because you're not sure if this has been carved out or rotted away. It is not a healthy looking tree, but granted, none of these are. While the other trees were dry, however, this one is moldy. The inside of it is not a pleasant smelling aroma, and particularly there is a complex series of rotted wood that could potentially be descended, but it looks like a mess. It would also be a difficult climb, but you could theoretically maneuver down the shaft of this tree. But with the rot, it's hard to tell what of it is structurally stable.
Like, when you say it's hollow, do you mean like it's just straight up like the bark is there and nothing else, or is it like
So from a side view, there's the bark of the edges, right? Like if this is the tree itself that's right here, and we're just pretending we're peeping through to the inside, there are sections of living chunks of wood that are spiraling out chaotically. It's not solid wood. There are sections that are still there, but there's tunnels. It looks like rubble. It's a complex just maze of garbage, basically. Whether something was eating through this wood at one point, or whether it's simply collapsed due to the rot, maybe a combination of both. But the inside is... there's a lot going on. It's like spaghetti.
okay?
It's the easiest way to describe it. Alright, Vesper,
I'm gonna check the dead end.
of course. Are you flying or walking?
Actually,
It doesn't matter that much. If there's a tough
Alright.
section, I'll just fly over it.
It's a pretty
does
easy
the
walk.
spaghetti tree look like it would hold the weight of people?
A lot of it, yeah, but some of it it's hard to know because you don't exactly... it's very hard to see where it's anchored.
Go
So,
for a cannonball and find out.
yeah. Whisper, you can see once you get to the one point that there's nothing on the one end, but on the other dead end there is a bird's nest.
Oh.
So it is a small clump of very intentionally gathered sticks and hay. I don't really know how you didn't see it when you were scouting, but it was probably just because you were looking at general overview, and most of the nest just blends in because it's the same dead wood as everything else. There is notably nothing inside of this nest. It appears to have lost a lot of its form, and what's left is the bigger sticks that made it up. Any of the hay is gone or completely dead at the very base of it. What hasn't been blown away by the wind, perhaps. It is a very large nest. A very large nest.
Is there so there's nothing in it and it looks kind of in disrepair?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Okay. Is there nothing else over here on the dead end?
Not that you can see, no.
Alright, well I'll take note of it.
Okay. Alright. So, would the scouts like to report back with their information?
Yeah.
Alright. Then what will we be doing? We have a steep staircase, a rotted core, and an empty bird's nest.
While they're deciding, can I go put Bertha's egg in the bird's nest?
You may. Actually,
Wondering.
how many days is it? It's been a while. And it's been
Oh, it's been
warm.
like months, man. There's no way.
It
It's
hasn't
not
been
disgusting.
in
Months
in
in
game
real
months.
life,
Yeah.
but in game
Days
it's been
in
maybe a
game.
week.
Yeah.
There's nah, cause the last time I asked about it, you told me it was rotten.
I think we walked that back specifically. I specifically remember thinking it was going to be rotten. Then the argument was it's been in a warm bag the entire time. It has not left that bag.
I think you
And
made
it's only
him
been a
roll
few
for
days.
nature and then decided that it
It
would be
wasn't
fine.
rotten. I think it is specifically fine. Yes. So yeah, it
there-
is not rotten.
Can I make a nature check to see if it's gonna be a baby bird or like?
You may, yes.
Oh my god, please.
I had a flashlight through it.
Motherfucker.
What'd you
4.
get? 4. Okay. I don't know. It's like an egg. You know, egg stuff.
In theory, eggs turn into baby birds. However,
Yeah, that's pretty much
process.
it.
Is unknown to us at this time.
Do you like to
Process
leave the
alludes.
egg in the thing? Is that what's happening?
What'd you say?
Are you leaving the egg in the nest?
Honestly, if I can't tell if it's just an egg or if it's gonna be a baby bird,
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably keep it
Okay.
because Dweeby's kind of a hoarder.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything in the nest?
No, just a
Feathers?
little bit of dried hay at the bottom.
It's literally just dry hay.
Mm-hmm. It's an abandoned nest.
There's like no feathers or anything.
Nope.
Damn, that's a shame.
Yep.
Never mind then.
All right. So.
Well,
What are we
that's a
doing?
question for our leader and future king of the forest.
Dweeby, you remember, as you told Mars Sr., you are the leader. The glorious leader.
Oh.
Crazy.
All hail Dweeby.
Leader of the free world over here.
I do recognize the leadership of Weebus.
Mm-hmm.
Unlock the free energy revolution.
Okay. Fuck. Fine. Let's do I think we should do the steep one.
Okay.
All right.
Do we do the big one, the small one, or the medium-sized one?
So,
I suggest we use the one that's just right.
Alright,
so
well, nice knowing you guys.
are we in agreement that we're taking the steep staircase?
I mean, it's not a problem for me.
So we're taking the steep staircase.
However, I think Cranch might need help.
All right. This is important. Now is the time to tell me whether you would like. This is the perfect example of this. Would you like to use your passive acrobatics or roll for your acrobatics?
Wait, is there a passive?
Let's go!
Your passive score. I talked to Jacob about this because I was theorizing this. Your passive score is whatever your 10 plus your ability modifier is.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And this is a very high risk, dangerous situation where failing could mean death. So if you want reliability, then use passive. But if you aren't confident you're going to be able to meet the DC without rolling, you might need to roll.
Yeah.
But
Is it
failure,
acrobatics,
yes. Failure
not
would mean...
athletics.
I think you have to use acrobatics for climbing. Let me check the climbing rules again, because you might be able to use athletics.
I think you can use athletics actually.
You might be able to, yeah. You might be able to pick.
That might actually be the preferred one for climbing. Actually.
Yeah, I would say your preference.
My preference?
Yeah, athletics or acrobatics, your preference.
Dweeby chooses the worst of the two.
That'd be kind of based.
Christ.
Well, that will certainly do it.
It's
Roger got a
27?
16. Yeah. Wobbletop got a 13.
That's one better than my passive one.
That's good.
I'm just gonna go with my passive. If you said
What is your passive?
I guess my passive would be 13.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Did you say
I didn't say what the
Plus
DC
the
is.
modifier.
Actually, you know what? Let me take the risk. Oh,
Well,
God.
hold on. Don't do anything yet, because if this is happening in the order that they're going, then you can learn valuable information.
Oh, okay, cool.
So up first is Grudger, who is fairly light and fairly graceful, followed by Dweeby, who is incredibly intentional and strength-based in his climbing, Both succeed without any issue. Blobbletop struggles, and there's
Can
a
I
point.
fly next to the thing and help anybody if they need help?
Yes, you may. Doing so for Blobbletop, but there's a point where he almost falls, and you are ready to catch him. His leg slips, but he manages to pry his claws, his hands, whatever they are, into the bark in
Does
order
he
to just
summon
stop
his,
himself. Yeah, maybe he summons his crab claws if you want that for flavor.
Micro summon.
Yeah, just like I need my crab claws to dig into the wood so that he doesn't fall.
Listen, I'm wearing like winter boots. So
Yes,
I'm in
exactly.
He's wearing
13.
like that dwarven plate armor. If I tried to catch him, we'd both just fall like a
Yep,
rock.
So 13 was cutting it close, but Blobbletop makes it across.
Okay.
So Malakai.
Does that give us advantage or no?
What I'm thinking about that. Probably yes.
Okay.
But also like
Oh,
no, it wouldn't because
Maybe
you
if they
can't
fall, I
help
give them
some-
advantage on the save. to
That is
catch themselves.
exactly what it would be, yes.
Okay.
That is
Well,
precisely.
I rolled, and my first one was the 18.
Perfect. Then Luke's turn. Hey, could I get advantage on that saving throw?
Yeah. You killed it.
All right, cool. So
It's
we're
Luke. I don't know.
gonna take the 20. Luke goes, I got this. He immediately starts sliding. He goes, well, this is a little more narrow than I thought. Immediately springs backward as his foot slips. Vesper catches him, begins sort of hovering down because he can't exactly fly, but it's enough where his wings are just creating enough pushback in the air that he can slow down the descent until Luke grabs on with his hands. Vesper regains control of his flight, and then Luke steps out onto a branch. He rolled a 7. Okay. Now, Danuk is fine. You have a bunch of
He can
normal
fly,
men.
right?
Danuk can fly, yes.
How big is the new
Julia's gonna go. He's like slightly smaller than human size. Let's see. Julia's fine.
Okay.
Okay. One of the Cunning Greek guys slips. That's not good. Vesper, you're still trying to catch people, right?
Yep.
Alright, well. One of the Cunning Greek soldiers following his friend and Julia is a little bit overconfident. Slips off the ledge, and Vesper attempts to grab him and sort of bear hug him, get him under the armpits and grab him by the chest, but he's way too heavy. Vesper's arms slip forward, and the guy screams as he falls down into the fog. Yes?
So, question. We climbed down that steep staircase, and we are on what? Another branch?
You are currently, yes, at the end of the staircase. There is another branch that winds. It's not as thick, so you sort of have to spread out on it. But it's another branch that I might have to make this bigger. I'm definitely gonna have to make this bigger. Hold up. No, wrong color.
So we killed that guy.
You definitely killed that guy. There is another branch that extends
Yes.
closer and around the
So I was
tree.
wondering, like, when you fall down the staircase, like,
So the staircase is around here, but the landing point is here. If you fall at any point, like here, you are falling to your death. Or
Well, you're falling into the fog. Who
You're
knows
falling-
with all of that?
precisely. Now this is a little bit of a harrowing situation, but a good test.
I have a oh gosh, I don't think that would work. What if somebody had like knives? Could they like?
Malakai, this
Oh,
is
stab in.
that's-
It might be too
I
heavy. I
can
guess.
confidently tell you that is not going to work, and this is happening in a split second.
Yeah.
It's lucky if you're even aware of it. The dude falls. He's
feel like it's probably too late now. to save
It's
that
a
guy
little
at
bit
least.
too late, yes. If you can let me finish my sentence.
Can we
The
push him
man
further?
is falling to his death. He screams. He fades into the fog. And
Bounces back up.
3 seconds later, you hear a thud as presumably his plate metal and what is left of him smacks the ground.
And then he bounces back up.
He's not a bumble. He does not bounce.
So wait, so who was it? Just a soldier that fell, or was it one of the guys?
It was a Conan Greek soldier.
So just like generic NPC,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
but we killed him. This will reflect on our consciousness.
We did. His death.
All right.
Okay. I've just had a thought, and perhaps it's a little too late to have this thought. Does anyone have like pythons and rope that we could set up as a handrail?
I have 50 feet
That's
of
a
rope.
great- That would be a good idea.
I have pythons. No rope.
I should have some.
Well, then we make a perfect pair.
So you can
Let
set
me
up
tell you
a
about my
rope.
best friend.
All right. Well, somebody's gonna have to roll to anchor the rope and tie the knot.
I am
I'm
pretty
guessing
much
is a
great at
survival-
crafting.
A survival check or a crafting check. Your pick. Survival or crafting.
Actually decent.
I rolled an 18 for crafting.
Alright, you dig the python into a solid piece of bark, chip it in, make sure it doesn't split the wood and loosen. It's definitely in there. And then you tie the best knot that you know and anchor it. This lowers the DC by 5. Actually, it's more like it lowers the DC by like 6, because now you're just going down a rope. So now, instead of a treacherous climb, you have a rope. Which is good. I really need to stop pulling this out. This is pissing me off because it's another window. I'm just trying to pull up this. Okay.
Yeah.
Where is this? So many windows. Alright. This guy's safe. Verkum's gonna go down. Verkum's fine. Orion. Wow, Orion just like, okay.
Trevor, Orion doesn't need to.
Uh-huh. Oh, that is actually technically true. He literally doesn't. I also don't
Falls
really.
and dies.
I don't really need to roll at this point now that we have the rope. Well, I do because you have to set up for like a light swing to get onto the branch. It's just a low DC, so those guys are good. Those
Orion's
guys are
fine.
good. All right, this is where it gets scary because now I'm rolling for y'all's guys. First up is Morbios. Morbios is good. Percy Jackson's good. Kersey Jackson's good. Johnson's good. Becker is barely good. Detroit's in that 20. Archie
Yo.
is barely good. Parts is good. Rakus is good.
Archie.
Cranch is good. Rookie fails. Vesper is able to catch him. And he's not too heavy. Rainy is good. And Smella rolled a 1. Vesper is able to catch him.
What'd you get for Zephyr?
Zephyr? I don't have him. Where the heck is he?
Dang.
You fool.
Trevor could have killed anybody there.
He fell off the branch 20 feet back. Nobody noticed.
No.
No,
I don't.
Zephyr's-
I literally don't have him in my list.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you
Hold
should
on,
get him.
hold on. I am. I'm
He's a
checking. I'm
fella.
checking. on him.
Wow. And he calls himself the DM?
He's my guy, and
Wait. No, Rakus. I think I have him written as Rakus. No, I have Rakus.
Yeah.
Rakus, I don't know. He rolled like a 16 or something. He was fine.
okay.
The DC is like a 6. It's just like a really make sure nothing goes wrong. Vesper comes in clutch. Yeah, because we almost lost Smella and I forget who else. All right. The good
What
news
is a fart
is
without a
How
smell?
did parts fail?
Here.
Fair. Not
I
fail.
think parts was fine. Like at 13 or
think?
something. I don't remember.
You think?
I was only looking for those that failed. It was like a 1 and a 4, I think. But yeah. Alright, we are now on this other branch. And what this reveals to us is that there's a series of much more destroyed trees. This one, which is not a complete circle,
We
has
definitely should
some
have made sure
branches
this
stemming
went
from it.
somewhere before we got everyone over here.
Yeah,
What if
that's
it like
weird.
leads to nothing and then
Do we
that
all
guy
have to
died
go back?
and
Yeah,
that
that
guy
would be
died for
weird.
nothing? Anyway, so it leads to nothing.
That would be awkward. Depends on how gracious your DM's being.
Oh, Mr. DM, you're pretty much the greatest.
No, so
Hey, I always thought you were like the best DM I've ever had.
uh-huh. So
Oh, Mr. DM.
to be fair, the plan was that both of these two paths would lead places. They would just be varying degrees of danger. This leads to a notable discovery. Now that you are further down, it was covered by the fog. There is a precarious set of branches that lead over to a half-eaten tree. More interestingly, there is a fallen tree that acts as a perfect ramp. And it
And lots of cocaine.
there's no cooking. And it slopes down further, deeper into the fog. Now you're not sure how stable it is. It is pretty big. It doesn't look
The fog
rotten.
is coming.
But you can't exactly tell where it leads until one of you goes out to scout at least a little bit ahead.
Hey Vesper, that looks like an interesting plot point. You should go check it out.
I go check out the interesting plot point.
Alright. It seems pretty safe. It leads to another tree that's a little bit hollowed out, but only at the top. It's completely solid at the base. It just looks like it's split at some point. This tree, I'm not really sure how it got here. Maybe it's even a section of a really big branch that fell, because it looks like it comes right out of this other tree. Maybe it fell under its own weight or something, but a more important note, or a more noticeable thing, is that there's another bird's nest here, tucked in the corner. And this one actually has some feathers in it. Some black feathers. Large black feathers.
Can I guess I'll take one.
Okay. Very well.
How long do these scouting missions take?
Like a few minutes. Vesper's first one took like 4 or 5 minutes because it was pretty involved, but I mean, this is just like a little 2-minute, let me go check and come back.
Okay.
And then the ones with Grouger and Dweeby were also like 3-4 minutes. So it's not like you're burning a lot of time.
We're not in a hurry, are we?
Not particularly, no. There's nothing chasing you, presumably.
I guess I'll go back and say there was another bird's nest. This one looked more recently used, and there were these feathers in it.
Boy, I wonder if I can crush these up and make something cool.
Wait, do you recognize the feathers? I mean that simply as just if you recognize them, not because you're a bird person.
Do I recognize the feathers as a bird person?
Well, you can roll a nature check with advantage.
As a member of the bird peoples.
Nature. Ah, nature. That's
With
not great.
With advantage, though. So.
With advantage?
Yes, because you're a bird.
Ooh,
There you go.
Total of 20.
Now, there's many types of blackbirds, but this is specifically a crow feather. A giant crow feather.
This is specifically a bird feather.
Ooh, crazy.
For birds.
It
Is
appears
that-
to be the feather of a giant crow.
Are they particularly territorial?
Are they particularly territorial, Mr. GM?
Depends. This is a giant crow, and this is the Feywild. So there's too many unknowns. Normal crows are very protective, but they won't pick a fight that they know they can't win.
They also tend to travel in murders,
Correct.
and I'd rather us not have any murders here.
They're decently intelligent.
So it's got a gun.
Yep,
Good to know.
armed and dangerous.
Okay, but the real question is, how's this bird gonna help us through this?
What? I don't think it. I think it's something to look out for, not something that we could use.
Can you speak
Oh, I
with
didn't
it?
even think of it.
I
That
don't-
it
I
could be
don't
an enemy.
I don't speak like a bird language. The closest thing I
There's
think
not a
would be-
bird hierarchy?
The closest thing I think to a bird language would be Sylvan, and I don't know Sylvan.
Oh no. What do Aarakocra speak? Wait, I don't know if my
They
character
They
would
speak
know that.
bird.
I mean, you could just ask that in character.
Yeah. They I think Rakis speaks whatever birds speak. It's like wind speak or something. Orin.
Orin. Yes.
It's like that bird language with
Oh
the
yeah, Rakus is a bird, isn't he?
No,
Is he?
Oh, is he?
he's a Genasi.
Ah, that's why. Loser.
all.
Incredible, thank you.
I'm pretty much a linguist. All right. Shall we continue forward?
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's nothing to it but to
Maybe some people should look at the sky though when we walk.
Mm-hmm.
Curious.
Good call.
I'm looking up.
Well, you can see several
There's
hundred.
a squirrel right now.
No. The skies are currently clear, but you feel like you're being watched, Scrounger.
I'm being watched. Is anybody looking at me?
Not really. When you start looking around at other people, they like look at you directly, just like casually. But no one in this group was explicitly like. So.
Noted.
All right. So where are we going now?
I think we checked. You said there was like another way other than the fallen one.
There is a very dead or destroyed tree that's like half still circular.
I see.
It's a little bit more difficult to get to, but it's doable.
All right, who wants to test it? Cranch.
No.
Oh,
All right, guys, I got this.
All right.
Did we take the rope that we used from before?
I'm presuming
leaving it
so,
behind.
yes. I'm guessing that Vesper's going to be doing a lot of the legwork, going back and forth, flying up to get the rope and the python, and just
Honestly,
all that,
that's fine.
coming in clutch. All right. So who's exploring this half-opened tree?
Dun-dun.
I'll go
Ta-da.
first. I
All
trust
right.
you.
All right, Dweeby. You make your way across a series of somewhat precariously strewn branches. There's a little ridge you can sort of follow as this tree is very much cut off in like a 45-degree angle. It goes up to the highest point. Not necessarily chopped down, but split. But there's a section that you can just like barely skirt your way around to get to the interior, the other side. And you actually see another fairly intentionally, it would seem, carved staircase. This time, not one that you need to do a skill check to crawl down. It's on solid wood. And it appears to be leading down further and deeper into these, well, into the dead wood.
I'd like to call back to the group and say there's more stairs,
Alrighty.
and then I guess I'll either wait for them or keep going.
I'm following after him.
Am I like in a spot where I could like stop and multiple people could catch up to me, or is it like a one?
The staircase is pretty narrow. The most difficult part about this place in general is that there's very few spots that can accommodate many, many people.
Alright.
Now, if you and the rest of the party are continuing down on what is an easier path, eventually you will get to a point where there's only one way to proceed again, and it will be a very large tree that is nearly completely flat. It's a huge section that you can actually get a bunch of people on, and it looks and feels like solid ground. And there is a segment of a wall of what was the rest of the outer bark and some of the inner bark of the tree, but most of it's flat.
Is there any like writing or anything on the?
Not that you can see, no.
Keep writing on the wall.
But you are now in the center of this tree as a group here. I think to illustrate the scale of all of this, 1 5-foot square is probably just like 1 pixel. So this little white,
Wow.
yeah, it's big.
So it's about like a decent size.
Yeah, it is a very decent size. So these are huge, huge nests.
Wow, this tree's gotta be at least
It might be more
5
like,
feet big.
probably like, maybe it's like this. That drastically changes the scale if this is human size. But I think that's probably more accurate. This is a person. Okay. I think Gradger and Vesper are both going to notice this. Does anyone else have a passive perception of 16 or higher?
No.
Okay.
I do notice it.
Mine's 15.
Suffer.
Dun dun.
There is a bird flying at the very edge of the fog, perhaps 200 feet above you.
Fog is coming.
It's a little difficult to see its silhouette, but there is a silhouette cutting through the fog. It is further up, near the tops of one of the split sections of the trees that you just came down from, and it is peering down upon you. It doesn't quite look like a bird. Looks like an Aarakocra.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa. I'm gonna find Vesper.
Well, Vesper's right here, apparently, because I'm deciding that that is where Vesper is.
Did you see that?
Yep.
Alright. Should we tell anyone else?
Hmm.
Alright.
Up to you. I don't want anyone to.
I'm gonna
Yell
go
at it or
continue at a normal pace.
Unfortunately, it's
I
not-
die.
No, it's no. Unfortunately, there's not exactly a good indication of where to go. This platform seems like the last hurrah in terms of making your way across branches.
Alright, guys. We gotta start mining.
That mean we have to go back?
Or we start digging. So it's either one.
Is that like not another branch that's like above us? Is that just
These branches kind of just go nowhere. So you're at a
So-
section where you can see other trees. So one sec, where's my brush? Oh my gosh, is that the brush I was using? Hold on. You can see other trees. Wasn't it? Definitely wasn't. What the heck? What brush was I using? It had to be this one.
Swishy?
Or was it this one? It was one of the swish swish.
The
Okay,
swishy
this
one.
Hold on, is this one? It just seems too big. I think it's this one. I like swishy brush. There are other trees that you can see. They just don't have branches that are leading in a walkable formation.
oh, rats? So, nobody's been to the Feywild before?
Probably not.
One of the random guys just says, I have.
But this is an unusual section of the Feywild as well.
We went for my first game field trip. Alright. Well then.
There's
How? Guess we turn around.
Does it really look like there's nowhere to go?
He's doing his thinking face.
That's not a helpful question.
Okay. Is there a way to go?
You cannot continue as you have been proceeding.
Alright, turn around. Go back.
There is no way for you to walk from tree to tree. There are no more prepared staircases for you.
All right. So, question:
Mm-hmm.
Have we all discussed the fact that there is a bird up there, or no?
No one has discussed that. I don't even know if you've seen it. Although he's not particularly hiding, he is standing up there.
Roger, should we ask the bird where to go?
Yo. Maybe. Do you want me to communicate with them?
Maybe it's best if I go to them.
Alright. Be safe.
Yeah, don't die.
We're not part of the
Are you
conversation.
going up to meet the
Listening?
bird?
I'm gonna fly up to meet the bird.
Alright. You fly up to meet the bird, who is an interesting fellow. He is a crow Aarakocra, which you have not seen before. Most Aarakocras resemble eagles. He has dark black wings with feathers that aren't quite as large as the one that you picked up. And he's carrying a cane, or perhaps it is a spear that he's using as a cane as you look at the tip. He does have a spearhead dug into the ground, but he's wielding it like a cane with it, just his arms on the stick. And he sort of looks you over, tilts his head, and he begins speaking.
what language?
That
I know a
language.
good few of them, but not Sylvan.
He speaks Aarakocra.
Ah.
Oh, I got it. Oh.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Nick. Thank you.
That means milk.
No.
I'm making my arms like bird wings when I'm doing that.
Okay. Does Vesper speak?
No. I don't speak Aarakocra.
I call Rakus over to me. How high in the sky are they?
Like 200 feet.
Too far.
Me and Charlie have figured out a really good measurement for this. It's 1,000 years.
I'm gonna say in Elvish. I'm sorry, do you speak anything other than that?
Freaking uncultured.
His black crow eyes are unblinking. Just tilting his neck, observing you from different angles.
Look at this foreigner. He don't even speak our language.
That's what I'm saying. They don't speak our language. They shouldn't be in our country.
I'm gonna try to gesture. Okay, wow.
Hey,
Wow.
the bird guy said it, not me.
I'm gonna try to gesture towards the ground and all the people.
Okay.
See, is there any response to that?
Not really. He's like.
I'm gonna start flying down and gesture for him to come along.
Okay, he follows.
In a blind rage.
Nah. Alright. He lands down with the landing the small troop of men and surveys them.
I'm gonna send Rakus over to help with peace talks.
If only
Okay.
there was a helmet.
Send over Rakus. Where's your helmet?
I have it,
Okay, I was gonna say. Alright,
but I have it, and that's not helpful.
so,
Wait, unless it's...
did you tell
I have
Rakus, what did you tell Rakus to do?
To assist gosh. Vesper with communication.
Okay.
Because he speaks primordial.
I have an
Alright.
idea.
Rakus speaks primordial. The crow does not respond.
Guys, I have an idea. Everybody,
Only someone had the spell tongues. That'd be
Mm.
crazy.
watch this. My
Mhm.
internal body temperature rises.
Okay, great.
Does the bird say anything?
No.
This is gonna be harder than I thought.
Alright. The bird is beginning to just kind of give up. He's sick of people talking at him, so he throws up his hands and he gestures first to his wings as he stretches them out. He stretches his arms out and holds them to the top of his wings. And then he sort of
Like
flaps
Leo?
them and he points. He says,
Well, Zephyr's just gonna ask. We were led to the Feywild, and we need help.
"What are you speaking in?"
He speaks all 4 languages. Orin.
The crow has
Orin.
no idea what you're talking about. The crow has no idea what you're saying.
He doesn't speak Orin.
No.
He's gonna try all the dialects.
Mm-mm.
He's gonna speak
Mm-mm.
Minnesotian.
Mm-mm. It doesn't work.
He doesn't speak any of those languages.
Nope. Crow's confused.
He's not a bear's
So
fan.
where is the bird?
He's just standing like
Where
literally,
is the helmet?
literally right here. Croucher
Roger,
has
why
the
don't you
helmet.
just use the helmet?
Yeah, but he doesn't talk, and the helmet just lets me understand the language, not speak it.
He hasn't said anything because he knows that you can't understand him.
But if only...
Bubbletop is going to walk up to him.
Can we say
Okay.
every word?
The bird looks Bubbletop up and down like,
Bubbletop's gonna hold out his hand and like walk slowly towards the guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna
he's looking at your hand to see if there's anything in it.
Just open palm.
open claw, close
He's
fist.
confused.
I'm gonna keep walking to him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get close enough to touch him.
Mm-hmm.
I will touch him and cast tongues.
What does tongues do?
Hey?
The spell grants the creature you touch the ability to understand any spoken language it hears. Moreover, when the target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language can hear the target and understand what it says.
Based.
So I
Alright.
cast tongues on it that lasts for 1 hour.
No more
Okay,
helm of
let's
melting
go.
balls needed. Alright.
Go.
Hello.
A caster. Your abilities intrigue me. What are you doing in this godforsaken land?
Well, if it could speak the whole time, why didn't it say anything earlier?
Because it knew that you guys didn't understand it.
Because
Also, is there any way we could tell what language it does speak?
Not necessarily, no.
what
Spell doesn't
language do
specify,
you
so I'd
speak?
assume not.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said the spell doesn't specify, so I would assume
Yeah,
it
you
doesn't.
don't
but,
necessarily know what he speaks.
Oh, okay.
We
Okay.
just understand him.
Yeah.
So that's why we ask.
But he asked, why are you in this godforsaken land?
For fun?
I look at Malachi to explain because he's better at words than I am.
Thank you, Developable for making this communication possible. We are on a quest of sorts, a noble one, I can assure you. If not, the Dryad would not have opened a portal to this place. But we need to find our way to the Feywild proper so that we may find other Dryads. And so we have come to this treacherous place. Would you be able to help us in any way?
Perhaps. It is difficult to traverse this land without wings. I would not be able to easily advise those of you who are flightless.
Is it just me, or did he look at me funny?
I did.
Oh.
Did look at you funny? Because you are funny.
Where is it exactly that you seek to go?
I believe there would be a forest of sorts. I don't recall if she said a specific place.
Hmm.
We're
I don't
looking
remember what she
for.
said at all.
I know she said we're looking for. Well, we'd be close to the Eladrin.
The Eladrin
I
are
did
to the
remember that.
north.
You said what?
The Eladrin are north. Or the remnants. Eladrin may be a strong word for what they have become.
Well, we're hoping to meet the Dryads, possibly.
The Dryads.
Yes.
I think there are Dryads here.
So we were told.
I'm afraid your information is outdated. The Dryads have migrated. They used to patrol the forests here. The Eladrin drove them out.
They live in Chicago.
I really didn't write down what she said.
So, like, when that happened?
Years ago. Many years ago. A decade
Ballpark.
or two.
1,000 years.
Not 1,000. A decade or two.
Wow.
And how long have you been here?
5 years. You must
How did you-
realize that crows have a very short lifespan. I am an elder.
How did you get here?
I was
6
born
years
here.
You said what?
I was born here. Well, not here specifically, but here in the Feywild.
Okay, so is there a way to get to somewhere other than this section of the Feywild?
There's a cliff, but it is several miles away from this former forest. Like I said, without wings, I don't know that you can simply get there. Your only option may be flight. In which case, I may be able to arrange transportation for some of you, but it would be a lengthy, perhaps not a fun process.
How many of us do you think you'd be able to take at one time?
It depends on how many birds I can agree to recruit. You must understand. I'm guessing much of this is new to you. You come from the land of men.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I don't know how different things are there, but I was told not to make assumptions about what other people do or do not know. First, I am a crow, but I am a crow Arakakra. We are a rare breed, so I'm told. Our creation is confusing, but ultimately we descend from some variant of giant crows and magic comes in at some point, whatever. We are still able to tame those giant crows, though they themselves are very primordial. And should I be able to acquire some of them, well, I don't know if I can acquire some of them. I can acquire at least one. That is my own. But the others I am uncertain.
Alright.
We would be able to fly you to the Great Cliff. From there you would need to journey to the Aladrin alone.
Okay. Well, if you could help us out, we would be indebted to you.
Yes, you would. So name your fee. Or name your cost, rather.
What would you like?
What do you have to offer me?
No.
A
Boomerang.
good berry?
It's a pretty good berry.
Good berry for your thoughts.
I do not desire physical items.
Ah, yes. Knowledge is what you seek.
That is one way of putting it.
A platypus lays eggs.
Don't give it to him for free.
This is
No,
not
that's
what
just
I
a
am
taste of what you could get.
My God, man.
Have you ever heard of the Monster Manual Volume 1?
I have not. But as I said, I am not interested in books or physical wealth.
Oh, he's looking for jokes.
What if we teach him how to not get cancelled?
Ooh, that's an important skill.
What
Have you ever
about
heard of
about
Twitter.com?
this
Of course he has, he's a
big
crow.
egg?
What part of not wanting physical wealth do you not
Ignore him.
understand?
He's challenged.
Okay.
He's chapped. And they
But it's
understand
not
that
Well-
for our
just an
society.
egg. It could have a life inside.
Yes.
It's like
What
2 weeks old.
what kind of knowledge do you seek?
I wish to know about the land of men, and I wish to see it for myself.
Oh, follow us.
Oh shit,
Come
you
on,
want
on
that?
the nose.
Not in that form.
He's
I
gonna
desire
suck
one
your
of your
brains.
memories.
He's gonna suck us dry.
Shit, wait, hold on. What do you mean by that?
One of you from the land of men. I
Yes?
desire one memory from you, each. That memory, when given to me, will be lost forever. I will be its keeper.
Well, I don't care. I've lost hundreds of memories.
Who chooses
For-
the memory?
You do. But
Well,
should
there
I
you
not
go.
find your memory valuable, I will request another.
I was gonna
Do we
show
get
him
the first one back?
This is fair.
Oh, the deal.
I'm giving him a memory of a rat rotating in my mind.
So who would like to offer a memory to me first?
Me.
Very well. What memory shall you give me?
I used to be a crab.
Oh, it's kind of tough actually. Do I need to know the memory?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Hmm.
Well, because you know, and then
Well,
well, that
I
makes
don't
things
have many
difficult.
memories.
Just my first birthday.
Hmm. It has to be something I experienced.
Yes.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
You remember the day you were born, don't you?
Debatable.
Yes. Your birth was not a natural one. That day, your first memory, give it to me. What did you see?
What did I
It's
see?
just TV static.
So, are you willing to give up this memory, first of all?
The first day, that was all caves underground.
Mm-hmm. You came from a lake. You were surrounded by blood. And you emerged from this lake in the Underdark. You picked up your shield, and you picked up your mace, and you began walking. Very confused as to where you were, but set and assured in your purpose. And eventually you stumbled across individuals that you had never seen before, and you informed them of your sacred mission. You were on a ridge, a great archway in this mountain of the Underdark, and they swore that they knew you. You thought they were crazy. But you ended up following them, and eventually you ran into a beholder. You ran for your life. Are you willing to forfeit this memory?
Well, I still remember all my friends.
Yes, you just won't remember this happening. You won't
Oh,
remember
deal.
meeting them. That memory is gone. Alright. You have given your memory. Alright, who's next?
Me.
Listen, what's one day shaved off when I had like 2 weeks of
yeah,
memory?
yeah, exactly. Alright, Dweeby, what memory are you offering me?
I give you the memory of the first time I melded with uh oh god, I forgot his fucking name.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Yeah.
It's just like the color
Alright.
green.
The first time you stumbled upon the Myconid Circle when you were a young dwarf of 200 years or whatever, who knows.
I think
And,
I'm like 56.
I don't know, I think you're actually like a child in dwarf years.
Yeah,
But,
I think I'm like
yeah. Long ago, when you were even more of a child, when you stumble upon Big Mike for the first time, ask what they are, and realize that you can communicate with them telepathically. I'm excited. You're scared. You were on the run from your kin, from just life, and then you landed in with that lot. And that first time, you will now lose forever. Of course, you will still remember Mike and the other times you melded, but you will not remember how you met him or the Myconid camp. Do you give me this memory?
well, I should remember the Mike in camp because I've been
You
there
will. You
multiple
just won't
times, right?
remember. You won't remember. How did I meet these guys? I don't know. It's gone. But you will remember Mike in the camp.
Okay, that's okay then.
All right. This memory is now mine. All right. Who's next? 3 more memories to go.
I got this.
All right,
I'm gonna
Grouchy.
give the memory of that time when I was in that one place and I had to run for a long time, because that will be pretty cool. Because you'll get to see a lot of things that existed there.
You mean when you were just running in Königsberg?
Yeah,
Well, do you
think
remember
about
why
it.
you were running?
Yeah,
Why were you running?
because I had to
Why are
park.
you running?
I had to park the wagon,
Oh yeah, and you were just making your
and,
way back to the group.
and then I had to park really far away. And I
Okay.
had to get back because there was Luke
Yeah.
Cassio, and he's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm the
All
only Luke
right.
Cassio fan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You
So
Make
sure
sure
are.
that's in the memory.
yeah.
Sure are.
There's a part where there's like a scratch record and it says, "Hey, me by the way."
So this is a basic memory, but
But
given that you see a lot of things, the bird accepts this memory. That memory is now gone. You do not
I
remember
can
running in
never reference
Königsberg.
that again, and if I ever do,
Never.
take
I have
I
to
die.
kill you. I have to kill you. Yep. All
I
right.
fall over dead.
I need a memory from Vesper and from Malachi.
I'm gonna give the memory of. So does it have to be like an entire day or just like
A valuable memory.
I'm gonna give the memory of when I found out that I couldn't speak to Mike Yale for the first time.
Hmm. That's a highly valuable memory. This will win you great favor. I accept this memory.
This is the first time I went to a Burger King. I don't even like Burger King, but it was kind of cool.
Yeah. All right. Vesper, your turn.
Most of my memories are not pleasant. Either that or they're boring. Um. Can I give him like the best flight I've ever had above the land?
This is valuable. Well, what did you see during this flight?
Well, I'm imagining if it's the best, it probably was like the wind was right to get really high and it was clear so I could see really far.
It was like euphoric.
So like a
and-
lot of
and-
mountains, rivers,
Right.
forests, a ton of overview of Mandrill. This is valuable information. He accepts this memory. Your greatest flight is now gone forever.
So this is Jack in the Box.
And at this, the crow says, "This is valuable. I feel that I have... Well, generally I feel confused. That was a lot of weird, disparate information, but good disparate information, so thank you for your memories. And, I will arrange for a pickup." And then he flied away. Waddle, waddle. Then he flied away. Waddle, waddle. Then he flied
Wait, so
away.
Vesper-
Waddle, waddle.
Vesper just paid to get a taxi ride when he can fly anyways?
I'm paying
Yeah.
for it. I'm helping to pay for everyone.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because the crow determined that you were the
that's
most interesting
But
individuals to gauge
They
memories
said
from.
they said they can't take everyone, right?
He'll see what he can do on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Because it's like 12:07.
We're playing Dragon Ball Z now?
We've been playing Dragon Ball Z the whole
I
time, you
I
fool.
call Krillin.
Alright.
What's up, Goku?
Well, I'm gonna end it there. Session 33 done.
Anyway, so Trevor, you fell for my trap because you said you were never gonna look at my message and you were gonna forget, and then it said, "Hey, read this."
Yeah, but like, what if you stop talking so I get in the recording?